Hello, my name is Alexander Ziri, and I'm Head of Product here at London Real, and I'd like to welcome you to tonight's webinar, How to Turn Your Big Idea into a Winning Product. First things first, Julian's going to give you a little link to the workbook. You'll have all the steps outlined there so you can get the most out of this workbook, so download that right now. It's our gift from us to you. And next on, I'm very happy that you're here tonight because we're going to be pumping a lot of value. We prepared a very special webinar for you tonight, and we're going to be showing you the systems, strategies, and tactics on how to take an idea, turn that into a product, and turn it into real profit. So from product to profit, that's what we're going to do right now. So it's not me that's going to be teaching you this, but I will be introducing the person that will be teaching you this. And he is somebody who has done the work, who has gone through the struggles, who has made all the mistakes, a real entrepreneur. Now, this guy is not a university professor or a so-called marketing expert or a writer. He's an actual business owner who went from zero and worked himself all the way up to 7 figures. Let me introduce to you the man of tonight. He is the host and founder of London Real, a personal project that has grown into a highly respected media company where he interviews the most fascinating people on the planet, bring out their truth, and share it with an audience who wants to build a better version of themselves. He has had over 300 amazing guests on the show, including Ido Portal, Jocko Willink, Dan Pena, Dorian Yates, Wim Hof, Tim Ferriss, Graham Hancock, Gary Vee, Alex Icahn, Simon Sinek, Elliot Hulse, and the list just goes on and on. What was first an idea has now grown into a global phenomenon that has impacted millions of people. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Brian Rose.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ziri. As usual, a class grade A introduction.
Thank you, thank you.
I always want to meet this guy that you're introducing, but I guess it's me. You know, I'm super pumped to do the very last webinar ever in London Real Studios. Because as you know, in 3 weeks, we moved to our brand new world headquarters. It's under construction now, 2 new studios. It's a whole nother thing, and I'm getting a little nostalgic about this place, you know, because we did so much here. We started from nothing. We had no idea how to run a business here for almost 4 years, and then we figured it out. And that allowed us to hire all these amazing people, to scale our ideas, to make movies, to create things like the Business Accelerator, the Life Accelerator, the Broadcast Yourself, the Public Speaking Accelerator, and just change more lives. And so at the end of the day, sometimes building a business isn't about the money. It's about making more of an impact on the world. And so I'm so glad we figured this out, but I love sharing this knowledge with other people because I love it when I see people turn their passions into businesses. And some people tell you you can't turn a passion into a business, but I disagree. And every single guest that comes in here every week has done exactly that. Whether it's Wim Hof the Iceman, Dorian Yates, Ido Portal, Jocko Willink, all of them have turned their passions into businesses. And that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. So I'm just going to jump in and get started.
Well, you got me excited, that's for sure. All right,
thank
enjoy.
you, Mr. Ziri. I appreciate it. So there you go, folks. Thank you for coming and welcome to tonight's masterclass. This is how to turn your big idea into a winning product. I'm going to talk about this concept of a product. We hear that word all the time, but tonight I'm going to define it and show you how you can use it. I'm going to give you 3 actionable items that can literally change your life by allowing you to create a business from your passion, the same way I did here with London Real. This is big stuff. If you can even get one of these concepts in your head, you could take action tonight or tomorrow morning with what I'm telling you. So please pay attention, but first tell me, what city are you in? Type that in the chat here and just tell me, where are you at? Are you from New York City, my hometown of San Diego? Are you here in London with us? Are you in Moscow, Asia, Africa, South America? You know, in the London Real Academy, we have people, I think, in 76 countries around the world. On our accelerator courses, we regularly have people from 14 different time zones on the same live call. So I'm used to all of you international people, but I'm looking to hear the craziest city I've ever heard before. So go in the chat right there and type that in right now, and I'm going to check in very closely on what you are doing. But tonight, I want to show you how you can use your ideas, your experiences, and your intellectual property, and you can productize those things and actually sell them for money. And I know it's hard to believe, but I've seen hundreds and hundreds of my students do it. Some of them start with no idea when they join my course, and come in 6 weeks' time, they make thousands and thousands of dollars. And it's actually very doable because you have a lot more in your brain than you know. You have a lot more in your brain than you think can help people, and I'm going to show you that tonight. So again, type in what city you're going from. Also tell me, have you seen our army video that we did where I got the cigar in my mouth and the camouflage hat and I'm yelling at the camera? Did you see it and did you like it? Should I continue my acting career or should I just stick to broadcasting? Just let me know, and I want to check those tapes later. But we're going to go over some big stuff tonight. Make sure you download the workbook. Alexander Ziri has been working very hard on this thing, so download it because I want you to take action tonight. This isn't like Netflix. This isn't like some YouTube video. This is where we do work together tonight. I'm going to be taking your ideas that you tell me in this chat here, and I'm going to give you feedback. I'm going to tell you if I like them or if they're garbage, and I'm going to change them until I think there's something that can work, and we're going to test them. So that's what's going to happen. So make sure you download that workbook, and before we get started, make sure you have no distractions. So take out your phone, and I'm serious, I can actually see you right now. Shut off your phone. I'm in airplane mode if you're on an iPhone. Go airplane if you're on an Android. Take all of those browser windows. I see them. You got Facebook, you got Messenger, you got YouTube. Shut them all down. I want you to have one window with me. I want you to lock the door, close the door, put the dog away, put the girlfriend, boyfriend, tell them to leave you alone for the next 45 minutes because this stuff is really important. And I also want to give you the bonus for showing up, which is our success secrets from Mr. Kevin Kelly. He is the founder of Wired Magazine back in the day in San Francisco, and he has this concept that he wrote about called your 1,000 True Fans. And I was really blessed that he came on the show, and I have a specific piece of video that's never been seen for anyone outside London Real Academy. And since the Academy is closed right now, you can only get it right here. And there's a link that we're putting in the chat, and you can go through this and you can find out how he became successful. And he talks a bit about the concept of your 1,000 True Fans, which is something that I cover inside the Accelerator course. It's all about going for a micro niche. So you're really going to enjoy that, but watch that later because now it's time to get started, folks. Tonight, I want to talk about 3 concepts, all right? If you downloaded the workbook, I want you to write these down. The first one is going to be your end-to-end ecosystem. It sounds complicated, but I'm going to explain it first thing. If you get your head around this, it's like seeing the Matrix. You're going to be able to look at business in a whole new way. The second thing I want to share with you is the product success path. Every single product you've ever bought, from a video online to a lunch or a dinner or to any course, or anything even physical, has a product success path. Once you understand it, you can recreate it, and I'm going to show you how to do that tonight. And finally, number 3, I'm going to give you this concept of an MVP. And for that, I'm not talking about that famous mixed martial arts fighter right here in London named Michael Venom Page, who's been our guest, an amazing fighter. He even showed me a few moves. And I'm not talking about the most valuable player. I'm talking about minimum viable product. And that is the most minimum thing that you can create that people will give you money for. And we use it to test the market so you don't waste time and you don't waste money. And that's what we believe in around here. We believe in taking action and getting results fast. And I'll show you what that's all about very, very shortly. But first, if you can tell me, so I can get a little bit more acquainted with you, what is your business idea? What are you into? Are you a programmer? Are you into personal fitness? Are you into veganism? Are you into movement? Are you a lawyer, a doctor, a Wall Street trader? I've worked with all of these people in my programs. So again, type in the chat and just tell me what business are you in or what business do you want to be in? And I'm going to go to the chat very, very quickly here. But first, who am I, right? My name is Brian Rose. And 6 years ago, I founded London Real right here in this very studio that we're leaving in about 3 weeks. And I just started broadcasting. At the time, I didn't know anything about how to make a business out of it. I was just following my passion. And I went through that for a long time, really having no idea what to do. And it almost broke me. I almost quit. But I found a way to make it work. I found a way to turn my ideas into revenue. And I want to share that with you tonight. But before I get into that story, I want to talk about before London Real, because I was working in a job that I hated. I was a banker in the city of London, and every day I would get up and I would just wake up and say, not again. And I would walk to work and I would drag myself in and I would do work all day that I just didn't enjoy. And yeah, it paid the bills and it had a cool sounding title, and on LinkedIn, everybody thought I was the man. But deep inside, I was just slowly dying because I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. I wasn't helping people. It wasn't fulfilling. I wasn't making a difference in the world. Maybe you feel like that right now. I don't know. But I finally had enough and I walked out. And that's when I started London Real. So I know what it's like to live a life without passion. And the truth is, I was attracting bad energy. I had no friends. I had nothing good going for me. Because let's face it, folks, money and a good job title is not enough these days. You deserve more with your life. And so I started London Real and I started broadcasting and I had the passion. I love putting these messages out every week. You probably saw my early interviews with Dorian Yates and Tim Ferriss and all these amazing people. But it got to a point in year 3 where there was no money. And I almost had a really strange relationship with money at that point. I think I thought it was bad because of my days in banking, and yet I needed something to build this business. I had no money, I was doing everything myself, and my family needed to be supported, and I was about to shut this down. And instead, I had a breakthrough moment. And I remember the day when I launched my very first digital product. It was the London Real Academy. And before that, I had been struggling just trying to get sponsors. And sponsors are great, and I appreciate the sponsors we had in the past, but it wasn't enough to turn us into a business. It just kept me on life support. And you might know what I'm talking about. If you've ever had a little success in business, it's good, but sometimes it actually makes it more painful because you're just always one step away from making it big and hiring those first 3 employees. And that's what I was like. But the day I launched London Real Academy, I got out of my comfort zone, and I remember sending that email to, I think, about 20,000 people that had given me their email address over the years. And I was like, I don't know if I want to ask them for money. I don't know if they're going to hate me. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. But I went ahead and did it. I pulled the trigger and I took a chance. And over the next week, I was blown away. 100 people signed up at $99 each, and I had $10,000 in revenue in the bank. More money than I had made in 4 years at London Real. And it started everything. And from there, we hired our first employees. We started making our first documentary movies. We created the Business Accelerator, the Life Accelerator, the Broadcast Yourself course, and the Public Speaking Accelerator. And we started really changing lives around the world. And it was such a big moment for me. And I just remember when those revenues started coming in, I thought, this changes everything. Because it means no one tells me what to do. No one gives me a little bit of money to promote their products. I can now choose my destiny for my personal life and my professional life. And it was a huge game changer. I remember I took the whole team out. We had a huge steak dinner. And that was really the beginning of London Real. And I want you to have that same beginning. And if you can understand these concepts of a digital product, you can have it. I don't care what your business is. I don't care how weird it is. I don't care how little you think you know about this business. You can make money, and you can make it within the next 6 weeks, and I'm going to show you how. So that is my crazy story, and I still remember it, and it actually makes me feel good today. Today, what I try to do is give as much value to the world as possible, and when I do that, people pay me lots of money, and I want you to do the same. I only work with people that are passionate about what they do, and that's who I'm looking for in all of my accelerator courses. We're passionate too, and when you provide enough value to the world, everything works out really well. And so that's what tonight is about. I want to give you 3 actionable items, but let me go right now and find out what city you're in and what business you're interested in. And of course, we're going to go to Mr. Julian Bales, employee number 1 at that point, our head of strategy. And without that digital product, to be honest, I couldn't afford Julian, because he comes at a high price tag. He had a pretty hot, swanky job in one of the big YouTube multi-channel creators. You remember when we launched the Academy, right? It was a pretty special moment, right?
It certainly was. I think we actually saw a future for London Real and as a business for the first time.
Yeah, no, it really wasn't. And we were scared to do it. We had a lot of hesitation and fear, like maybe some of you are feeling right now. But ultimately, if we hadn't have done it, we wouldn't have been opened up to the possibility that all of these people really valued our ideas, they valued our perspective, and they wanted to buy more of us. And that's what I want to teach you tonight. So yeah, I'm getting goosebumps.
I think the most important thing as well is we started before we were ready.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And I remember, we were doing the tech show at the time, Silicon Reel, and someone said, start before you're ready. And they said minimum viable product. And I heard it, but I didn't actually do it. And when we went to launch the Academy, we literally set the thing up in 2 weeks, and we launched it, and it was proof of concept, and the rest is history. And so yeah, start before you're ready, pull the trigger, and again, you have to change your behavior if you want to change your reality. And that's what it's all about. So we're going to get into all of that tonight. Where are these people from? I'm guessing we have a full house tonight.
We do have a full house. This is the biggest webinar we've ever done. People from all over, as you would imagine. Let's kick things off in Asia. How about Theo in Hanoi, Vietnam?
Hanoi, Vietnam. That could be a first, right? Okay, very, very welcome. Thank you for being here. I love when we have people in Asia. I'm guessing it's around 2 or 3 in the morning there. So thank you for staying up. I appreciate it.
We have Julio in Handong Global University in South Korea.
Okay, wow, South Korea, fantastic. We have had a graduate before from Korea, so we know that time zone well. Welcome, thank you very much. You know, we typically do our live calls for our accelerators right at this time. So a lot of times I see faces, you know, in Asia and Australia, and it's the 3 in the morning, and they stay up because the course material is so important. So thank you for being there. I appreciate it.
Oliver in Yamanashi, Japan.
Okay, fantastic, good. I don't know if we've had Japanese there before. Love Japan. I spent the summer in Odawara, which is south of Tokyo, when I was 11 and 12 years old. My family had a soba noodle restaurant. Don't get me started, but konnichiwa.
A little bit further out that way, we have Luke up at 4 a.m. in Brisbane, Australia.
Okay, good stuff. We have a huge following in Australia, and it's funny, I saw Steve Maxwell last week, the movement and fitness expert, and he's like, Brian, every time I go to Australia, everybody knows London Real, and so yeah, we have a really loyal following. I think we've already had 6 or 7 people from Australia sign up for the Business Accelerator, so welcome, and thanks for being up so early.
Let's pull things back to South Africa. So we have Lucia and Mitch in Johannesburg and Anton in Pretoria.
Fantastic. All right, good. Love South Africa. Love that place. I've been to Cape Town, done a little safari, so welcome.
It wouldn't be a webinar with a few of your home country civilians in there. So we have Amy in Tualatin, Oregon.
Okay, Amy in Oregon. Fantastic. Beautiful state.
Kelly in Seattle.
Okay, Seattle, Washington. I still haven't been, but I will go. I hear the weather's just like London.
Emily in Nashville and Jen in Minnesota.
Okay, good stuff. Emily in Cashville, and we got Minnesota. Fantastic. Welcome.
A little bit more unusual, Farouk in Karachi, Pakistan.
Karachi, fantastic. I love it. The beauty of the internet is you can be pretty much anywhere and tune in. And there's no reason you can't build a business in Karachi, as simple as you can do it in Japan, Oregon, you name it. So welcome.
You know I always throw in a Bulgarian for you, so we have Ivan in Sofia, Bulgaria.
Fantastic. Welcome, Ivan. We have a serious Bulgarian contingency here. You know, I've got now 2 sons that are half Bulgarian, half American, and I guess the other half British. So welcome. Strasti, as we say in the house.
And of course, the Brits. We have Mark in Corby, UK, Pete in Manchester, and Sefton in Sefton, Cornwall.
Fantastic. Look, thank you for representing the UK. Welcome tonight. Wow, what an amazing international crowd. And I'm actually not surprised because, like I said, when we do our live calls for our accelerators, we usually have people in no fewer than 14 time zones. It's always this international mix. And to be honest, it makes our classes stronger because we bring all these international ideas, and sometimes someone from South Africa will have a great idea for someone in Japan, and then someone from Oregon will give them a different spin on how it's done in America, and that's how we get stronger through everyone else's ideas. So
should go to some business interests.
Yeah, I'd love to hear some of the business ideas.
Amy says, I am a virtuoso pianist and software developer. I want to implement a framework for piano practice.
Okay, I love this. Okay, good. Pianist, software developer, I love that. Again, if you were on our webinar this week earlier, we talked about this concept of idea sex. When you put 2 ideas together, you can find some really interesting things. So both of those industries on their own are maybe quite developed and mature, but if you put them together, it can be a really interesting spin. And we've worked with a lot of artists in the past and some musicians, and this is perfect for you because you can really build something that is inherently you and something you know about. So welcome, that's great.
Verge, who we'll be working with over the next 2 months, he says mental and physical health optimization and suicide prevention.
Fantastic. Look, I love this stuff. It's such an important topic, Verge. He joined our Business Accelerator a couple days ago. I'm so glad you're here. There is so much we can do here. And again, if we do it right, you're going to impact more people. And that's what this is all about. Get the business right so you can have the revenues to hire 10 people so you can literally affect millions of people as opposed to doing it yourself where it might only be tens of thousands.
On a similar thread, Janine says trauma to resilience.
Okay, trauma to resilience, fantastic. Look, you know, trauma is something that it's just so apparent these days that we need to find different ways around it and different ways to attack it or to define it or understand it. So I love that idea. I'd like to push you a little later to go a little more micro niche. Maybe it's something in a certain type of occupation. Maybe go away from Army trauma, which we've heard a lot about, and talk about other types of trauma, and maybe even a location-based or an age-based demographic. But that's more about micro niche. We can talk about that later.
Jennifer says, copy editing and writing coach.
Great stuff. Copy editing and writing coach. You know, we had Christina Castaneda, our last course. She did something very similar and she just crushed it. You know, she had a little bit of resistance in the first few weeks, like a lot of people do, because they don't believe that they can do this, or they don't believe they're worthy of success or of money and that kind of thing. But she cracked the code and now she's absolutely crushing it. She really is. So this is perfect for you.
Herb joins us again. He was on the webinar on Monday, and I've been speaking to him this week about starting before he's ready. He's looking to build software to build a CRM for job prospects.
Okay, good. CRM for job prospects. I like it. I'd like to go a little more niche and maybe bring another idea in there to make it your own. But that sounds good, Herb, and I hope you pull the trigger and join us.
One last one.
Yes.
How about Drew? He says, I went from 16 stone to 24 stone after injury and depression, after being extremely active. My business idea is based around the process of getting back in shape. I have a YouTube channel with a small sub base and companies starting to ask me to be brand ambassador, but I've decided to make my own brand.
I love it. Drew, this is perfect. And the thing I'm going to share next is I'm going to be speaking directly to you and everyone else as well. But you know, it's so important because this is the time you have to make some decisions, Drew. If you go down this sponsorship route, you might make a little bit of money quicker. But the problem is you'll always have these golden handcuffs and you'll always be looking to the next sponsor who will keep your business alive for the next 2 months and the next 2 months. But if you really build your entire product end-to-end ecosystem, which I'm going to talk about next, you can have a business for life. And that's what this is all about.
He says he's about to pull the trigger on a website this weekend so he can drop ship his fitness motivation brand items to people. But I'm guessing you're going to give him a different idea tonight.
You know, I might give you a different idea. You know, I'm all about digital products before physical products. Show that there's a real need for your intellectual property. Show that people want to buy it from you and get them to spend a little bit of money and buy into your brand. And worry about the physical products later. It also means there's zero cost to open these things up and you can test it like this. I'll be talking about that tonight, so we'll get into it. Good?
All good.
All right, I'm jumping in. Like I said, I've got 3 actionable items that I want to talk about, and I'm going to go to the drawing board, as they would say, here to talk about them, because tonight I want you to understand 3 big concepts. And if you can get your head around any one of these, it literally is like seeing through the matrix and understanding, oh, that's why those successful businesses do it. And oh, that's why Brian does it, or why these other people do it, because this is a huge concept. And the first thing I want to talk about is the end-to-end ecosystem. Now, I call this the E2E. Very simple for you to realize, and it looks something like this, all right? And this has some different levels here. And the end-to-end ecosystem is really an idea of all of the different types of products that you have. And so at the very top of the ecosystem, you're going to have a free product. Under that, you're going to have a low-cost product. Under that, you're going to have a prime product. And then finally, you're going to have what we call a back end. Now, when it comes to the products, any business has lots of different types of products. And so to get your head around this, it's really important to know that. When people usually go into business, they think, I want one product. You know, Julian, there's so many times I get stopped by people in the streets and they say, Brian, I've got an app. I'm developing an app. And once I get that, I'm going to put it in the iTunes store. I'm going to sell it for $5 and sell 1 million of them, and I'm going to be rich. And I always look at them and I smile and I nod and I think, you are going to be wasting $50,000, 6 months of your life. And not only are you going to waste the time and waste the money and have no business, you're also going to waste all of this excitement, and you might not try becoming an entrepreneur for another 2 or 3 years. You cannot set up a business without all sorts of different product types. And that's why you need to understand that there's an ecosystem of those product types. Now, the very first product type that everyone needs is a free product. It's something that someone can consume without paying you any money, that lets them know about your brand, that gives them some information and some great knowledge, and that lets them know that you are someone that can change their life. And that is the free product. The next product is the low-cost product. This is something between $10 and maybe $100 that they pay for, that when they get it from you, it over-delivers on value. They're like, wow, I just learned about music and software in a huge way. Wow, I just learned about trauma management, and this is absolutely incredible. I love what they do, and this is a great brand. But unfortunately, a lot of people stop there, and they don't go to the next product they need, which is a prime offering. And this is a product you have that costs between $1,000 and $3,000. And yes, I said that right, folks. A lot of people don't believe they have anything to sell that's worth $1,000 to $3,000. And that's the biggest mistake people make, and it's a mistake I made 3 years ago with London Real, because I thought London Real Academy was going to be able to do everything. But the truth is that you need this prime offering to sustain a business. And if you looked at failed business models, they all try to sell lots of cheap things, and it never actually works. And I want to get into that shortly. And the very end is something we call the back end. And this is something that most people don't always see in a business, but it's their final revenue stream that sometimes can make more money than any of these revenue streams. And this is the concept of an end-to-end ecosystem. And once you get this in your head, and once you understand that you need this with any business that you have, then it's a complete game changer. So let's go into this and let's look at it from a perspective of the brand called the UFC. Now, if you know what the UFC is, go ahead and type in the chat what the UFC. If not, please make up some other acronym, and I'll share with you what it is soon. But let me get a different color pen, because I'm going to do this for the UFC, and I'm also going to do this for London Real, so you can understand what we're doing. And actually, I'm going to start with London Real. The first time you ever heard of London Real, let me guess, you were probably on YouTube or you were on social media, and you saw an episode for free, right? That's probably what happened. And this is what happened here. You watched Dorian Yates or Ido Portal. You watched one of our documentary films. You watched me with Wim Hof the Iceman. You might have watched a vlog or a free webinar or masterclass, and I would have given you all this value. Maybe you liked my passion, my accent. Maybe you liked my waistcoat. Maybe you didn't like me and you turned it off. I don't know. But that was probably your very first touch point of London Real. And that is what you need to understand that your business needs. You have to have a free product, or there's nothing to even begin with. And that's usually going to be consumed on a social media platform first. It could be YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, any of these places where people first get a taste of what you're all about. And that's the free product. And I'll be going to that shortly. Once someone finds about the free product, they usually learn more about you. And what's next? A low-cost product. For that, that was London Real Academy. And we charged $33 per month to come into the academy. And again, as I said to Julian, we didn't even know what that product was. It was our minimum viable product, and I'm going to talk about that next. But it was $33 per month, and you got a webinar from me every month. You got behind the scenes footage of the guests. You got live stream episodes. You got access to a community of London Reelers, which are the coolest people in the world. And we gave you all that for $33, and people came in and they were like, wow, this is amazing, Brian. It's easily worth $33, plus all the content you make. You changed my life with this episode, with this episode, with this episode. That's amazing. And I could have stopped there. And if I did, there probably wouldn't be all these cameras. There wouldn't be this beautiful set. And it would probably barely be me and Julian here doing all this right now, because we wouldn't have had the capital. And that's why you need to know that after that, you need to take it a step further, and you need to then offer those customers a prime offering. And again, this is something between $1,000 and $3,000. Now you might say, Brian, I don't have anything worth that. Well, we created the Business Accelerator back in the day, and it was $2,000, and it was an 8-week course, and people paid money for it, and that was $2,000. And once we started doing that, it changed everything, because the bulk of our revenue was really happening here. And once you understand that all businesses have these different price points, that's when everything changes. And that's when your business can change as well. And that's why inside the Business Accelerator, we make sure everybody has one of these types of products. And some people, during the course, sometimes even sell a prime offering or are making thousands and thousands of dollars. And I want to get into that later. The final part of the end-to-end ecosystem is something even further on the back end. And for us at London Real, I get approached now by companies that say, Brian, how did you build your YouTube channel to 50 million views? How do you have 125,000 Twitter subscribers? How do you make documentary films? How do you do these great interviews? And I'm like, I'll tell you how. If you want to pay us as a consultant, we'll explain everything behind the scenes and how you can take your company to the next level. That is this back-end offering that I'm guessing you never even heard of. And many companies have a business-to-business product that the consumers never even know about. And you can do that too. And so when you get your head around this different types of products that you're going to have in your business, that's when everything changes. So right now, I want you to answer something for me. What would your free product be? Right now, tell me, in your product ecosystem, what would your free product be? Now, it could be a vlog. It could be a blog post. It could be a checklist. It could be a piece of social media content. It could be anything that's free that you could put out to your users. It could be a recipe. It could be a downloadable PDF. Again, it's just something that can help them solve a problem that costs them nothing, but it also lets them know about you and your brand. So go ahead and type that in right now. And again, if you can't think of anything, just try something. Maybe you copy something that we've done here at London Real. And while you're doing that, I want to show you one more thing, and that is the UFC. So if you don't know what that was, that's the Ultimate Fighting Championship. This is where stars like Conor McGregor go in and they fight with these small gloves, and it's a huge sport that was created pretty much from nothing about 15 years ago. Let's look at the UFC, right? They just sold for $4 billion, so they're doing something right. Let's look at their business model. First, let's look at their free product. What's their free product? Well, if you're in the States, and even if you're here in Britain, you can watch UFC fights for free. They're called fight nights. And you can go on television, you turn it on, and it's a free product. And what do you see? Wow, these fights are exciting. Wow, the UFC is a very good organization. I really like that fighter. I really like him. I'm going to start following him on Twitter. Wow, these guys are really professional. I like the sport. I want more of this company. They make me happy. That's a perfect free product. UFC does that well. London Real does that well. And you're going to do that well as well. Next, they say, okay, we have premium fights coming up. It's called UFC 215. Conor McGregor is going to fight Nate Diaz for the 3rd time, right? That's a pretty good fight. And it's going to cost you $59. Now, you've been watching the free product. You like it. You know they're pretty good. Now I'm going to show you something even better. Okay, I'm going to pay that $59. What happens? I go in, Conor fights Nate Diaz, and in the 3rd round, he knocks him out. That's it. 209's over. Stockton is dead, and Conor wins. Wow. I got a lot of value from that $59. I like the UFC even more. What's next, UFC? Well, tell you what, Brian, if you want to come to Las Vegas, you can see that fight live. It's going to cost you $2,000 for a ringside seat. But you get to actually see Conor punch Nate, and you see the blood flying across the cage. It's an amazing experience. Would you like that? Yes, I would like that. So I go ahead and I can buy their core offering. They make millions and millions of dollars at the gate. This is the UFC. And finally, there's the back end. These are the deals that we don't know about. But UFC is on Fox Television, right? They get all of their free product. But guess what? Fox pays money for that. They have huge sponsors like Reebok, like Fox, and they pay them multi-million dollars per year just to be associated with the brand. That is the UFC's end-to-end ecosystem. If you can figure out one for your business, you will solve all of your problems. You will no longer be this struggling, painful person going through business. And if you can get your head around this, this is one of the biggest things we ever did at London Real, because we could have stopped at low-cost product, but we pushed into the core product, and that's how we made it as a company. And one of our students did the exact same thing. And let me tell you a little bit about Max Keeling. He was one of the students in our last Business Accelerator course. Max was a banker in Singapore, and he wanted to get out of the business. I know, banking can be very soul-destroying, but Max didn't know what to do, so he joined our Business Accelerator course. He had knowledge of the financial industry. He also wanted to help people with personal finance. And here is me speaking to Max about how he created his business inside our Business Accelerator.
Really, as you go through the process, you start to realize what it takes to have a business, things like the ecosystem, etc. But those first few weeks, I think my personality or my background, I was kind of thinking I'd rather be in the background of doing things and build an internet business, and you think that you're going to be behind the scenes. And those first few weeks, you've got to be on camera, you've got to give an intro to yourself, and you get to see other people's videos. And then when you do the 10 vlogs in 10 days, I was definitely out of my comfort zone. And so that's a challenge. And it seems such a small thing now when you look back. It's just getting your phone out and filming yourself about anything for 1 or 2 minutes and putting it out there. But so many people struggled with it. Even once we were 4 or 5 weeks in, there was still people that hadn't done their 10 vlogs. And it's funny, but you get over the fear. And actually, because you'd kind of poo-pooed my initial idea, it was actually through doing the vlogs that I started to get a lot of feedback from people. And that started to fuel me thinking about what would be a different business idea. And so if I hadn't have done the videoing, which I probably never would have done on my own, I wouldn't have the concept for the business that I've got now, which is amazing.
And so there was Max Keeling. I'm so amazed with what he did when he was on the course. He went all in, and again, he pulled the trigger. Funny enough, at the time, he was actually going to take about 3 months off and travel the world with his wife. And he's like, Brian, I don't know if I should join this course. And I was like, dude, we are going to help you create this business. And so he finally created, during the course, the Investment Coach. And you can see a good screen grab here of what his website looks like. There's Max. Looks like a guy I want to give money to. And he just shows you a lot of things he's going to do for you, which is, build the inspirational vision of your future financial goals, et cetera, et cetera. But this wasn't enough, because he had to understand the product ecosystem. And that's what we explained. So it was week 4. I was like, all right, Max, you got to create your low-cost product. And he had a lot of resistance. No, Brian, I don't want to do this. I want to do this. I want to make videos. I was like, trust me. And so he created his low-cost product during the accelerator, and he held his very own webinar in week 6. And I'll never forget, he posted in the private Facebook group this exact post. And he made everybody jealous because he was the first guy to make sales in that week 6. And you can see here it says 4 sales so far, spent all the proceeds on wine and pizza. Just like a banker would do that. And so that's what happened to Max, but he took it to the next level, because a lot of people would have been happy and they would have tried to sell a little bit here and a little bit there, but he knew he had to go through a core product. So Max pushed on and he developed these core products. And now you can see on his website, he's got some high price point products. And you can see here that he's got the DIY Investing for Expats, which costs £997, and the DIY Investing for Expats 12-month plan, which costs £3,997. Both of those are sold out for the next 6 months. And that is an incredible story, and Max made it happen. And again, he had no training when it came to business. He had no training when it came to digital products. He went from an idea in his mind to revenue in 6 weeks, and then he went to sold out prime products in 6 months. This is where you can be, but all you have to do is take that step, believe in yourself, and understand this ecosystem. Someday, Max is going to be giving advice to employees in a bank and be doing 100 or 1,000 employees at a time designing their pension funds, and that's going to be his back-end offer. He's actually already started speaking to banks about that. And that is the product ecosystem, folks. It's really right there. So I want to go to you right now and tell me, what is the free product that you can start off offering on your business so people get to know a little bit about you, they like your energy, they can feel your passion and excitement, and it gives them some value. I want to go back and talk to Julian about this. It's kind of a complicated concept, but I think once people see it in action in London Real or in the UFC or in Max Keeling, maybe it's not as complicated. But what are people saying, and what are some of these free products people are talking about?
I think people are really grasping it with those examples that you put up there. Jennifer, who was our budding copy editor coach, she is saying an email course on developing a writing practice.
This is what I like. So an email course on developing a writing practice. Okay, that's good. Now this is a free product, right? So this is probably an email course. I think this could be good. I think maybe a 3 or a 5 email piece that would just get these people to take small actionable items and maybe have them email you something back after 5. I like that. That's a good free product. It lets them know you're passionate, and that's good. It also might be a low-cost product, but we can get into that in the next piece.
Amy, our virtuoso pianist, says free sheet music and exercises and online lessons.
That's good, Amy. I like that. I love video here, and that's why inside the accelerator, and if you're part of our Facebook group, we do the 10 vlog and 10-day challenge. Amy, I don't know if you've done that. Tell me if you have or haven't. The reason I like that is because it's right in your pocket, and Amy, you can all of a sudden start talking about music and why you're passionate about it, what you do when you have a bad day and you don't feel creative, what you do when your fingers hurt and you can't play that piano or something like that. You upload that video, it solves someone's problem, and it's free product that you can distribute on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. And right away, you'll know if they like you and they want more of what you're all about. So I love it when you can create video. And this could go for copywriting as well. Maybe give me a 3-minute video on the 3 biggest mistakes that most people make when they try to be a copywriter. Boom. And those things can get forwarded and shared and circulated, and before you know it, 1,000 people, 10,000 people know about your idea. So of course, I love video because also they can capture the essence of who you are in about 3 seconds. So I'm a big fan of that, but sure, it can be PDFs, it can be sheet music as well.
A couple here that may need a little bit of work from you. Drew says, my free product is my YouTube channel with motivational content. So he was talking about the weight loss.
Yeah. Look, and I like that, Drew. I mean, for you, Drew, I think a daily vlog about you, stories about you and challenges you've had with the weight, that whole story I think is an amazing free product. I mean, that's what we've done with London Real. That's what the UFC does with their free videos. So I think that's perfect for you people get involved in your story, but they also learn things from you. Give them actionable information. A lot of the mistake that YouTubers make sometimes is it's all about them. This is what happened to me today. This is what I think. I always think, like, lead with reward. What's the value you can give someone that's watching your video? How can you make their life better? If you can do that, that's a free product, you know? And so I always try to think, how can it be didactic? How can it be teaching something? But Drew, you're onto it. Drew, you have a perfect brand here. I can already see your business. You've got the free product there. You've got the low-cost product that people can buy into. You've got a core product, which could be a retreat. It could be a 6-week course. You've got so much you can do there, not to mention a back end, which could be a corporate product. There's a lot you got going on there.
Zev from the Broadcast Yourself course says his free product would be a vlog on reframing healthcare.
Okay, a vlog on reframing healthcare. Okay, I like that. I'd like to know maybe a few more details, but I quite like that. Reframing healthcare as far as what the process is or what people are getting out of their healthcare. Look, I think that's very interesting as long as people are getting something out of it and if there's kind of a next product on top of that. So Zev, if it's going to be a free product, and Zev's done an amazing job on our Broadcast Yourself course, by the way. You know, he's graduating this week. I think he's created about 11 different podcast episodes, so he's already got a great audience. That really is a great free product for you, Zev, but I like the fact you want to go to video next and, again, solve people's problems. You want, with that free product, you want them to say, what else do you do? How can I get more of Zev? Oh, I have to pay money? That's okay. I like him. He's got great ideas, and I can tell his heart's in the right place. That's what free product should do. It should engage you. You know, just the same way you were engaged with that first London Real video. It kept you coming back for more. That's what you want your free product to do. And every great company has great free product. They don't exist without free product, or you never would have heard of them. You would have been charged money for the first touch point, and nobody wants to do that.
I think that's key, right? Solving a problem.
Yeah.
Lastly here, how about Janine? She says 10 best grounding methods for re-regulating the nervous system and helping people get over their trauma.
Yeah, look, I like that. I like the 10 best things. That's something I'm already interested. You're like, I don't have any big trauma that I know about. I probably do. But if I knew there were 10 things that I could use to just clear out my nervous system and chill, I think that's great. I think it would be nice if you maybe did a video for each one. Mm-hmm. That's a great series. They can each be shared with individual people. Maybe one is good for PTSD people. One is good for people with childhood trauma. One is people having senior trauma, maybe job trauma. Who knows? That could be really nice. I also like blog posts, LinkedIn posts, Medium posts are great. I mean, you can go a long way with this as well. Also, you know, you could also start your own podcast and start interviewing people and put the content. But again, I want them to get a feel for who you are. I want them to see value in what you do so they come back and say, what else has she got? That's really what that free product's all about.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, good. Let's go back to the second point here because this is super important. And I want to make one final point here about these businesses, is that every successful business has every single one of these. If a business doesn't have free products, guess what? You would have never heard about them because they would have said, give me money before I can tell you about myself. It doesn't work. If a business doesn't have a prime product, they're struggling all the time with free things and cheap things and free things and cheap things. And trust me, it doesn't work when you have 10,000 customers paying you $5 a month. It just doesn't work. It doesn't scale. And again, if you don't have low-cost product, you have a free product, and then you come to London Real Academy and I say, how would you like to pay me $3,000? And you're like, whoa, I just met you, Brian. I'm not quite sure if I'm ready to write the check. It doesn't work to go from this to this. You have to go in stages, and that's very, very important. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go into number 2, which is this concept of the product success path. And this is really important to know about. Anything you buy has this, all right? And this is called the product success path. I call it the PSP, as you might guess. And it's all about going from A to B. Now, what do I mean by that? What does that mean, Brian? Well, any product that you buy takes you from your current reality over here into a desired reality over here. Any product that is out there on the market. Let's take, for example, you going out to dinner. Now, you want to go out for a nice meal. Your reality before the meal is, I'm hungry, and I'm bored, and I really want to eat something, right? So you go out to a nice restaurant. It's a lot of fun. It's entertaining. The food is beautiful. It smells good. You taste it. You have a great time chatting with your friends. And when you come out of the restaurant, you're full, you're satisfied, you have a big smile, you might have had a great talk with a relationship, and that is your second reality. Any product goes from one reality to the second reality. It could be anything. It could be a bottle of water. Takes you from being thirsty to take you to being quenched. Even a recipe is a great idea of a product success path. You start off with raw potatoes, raw vegetables, and a piece of raw chicken. And at the end of it, you have this beautiful piping hot meal because you were told to do this with this ingredient and this with this ingredient and this with this, and at the end you have a different reality. And if you can think of all of your products that way, that's really how we start. And any successful product takes you from a reality A into a reality B. And a lot of times it's through steps. So for example, in the restaurant, you have to go to the restaurant and they seat you at your seat. Then they take your drink order. Then they bring you the appetizer. Then they bring you the full meal. Then they give you the desserts. Then they give you the check, and then you're out of there. And that's it. And it has a product success path, each one of those things. And if you can think about what the current reality is of your customers and the final reality of your customers, of what you want, that desired reality, what you want them to get out of your services, out of your vlogs, out of your business, anything, this is an amazing way to actually design a product. And let me talk about a few products that are in some of the guests that have joined us over the years. Now, one that comes to mind is Mike Dolce. He has a product called 3 Weeks to Shredded. Now, he starts off with your reality A. You are overweight, you are tired, lethargic, and you don't look so good naked in front of the mirror, right? And Mike says, don't worry, 3 weeks, I can get you to shredded. So he goes 1 week, 2 weeks, and 3 weeks. And you guys got things you do each week. First one, you get on the treadmill. Then he has you stop eating carbs. Then the next one, he has you get better sleep. Then he has you doing affirmations. Next, he's got you posting pictures of you as you lose the weight. And at the very end, you're shredded. That's 3 weeks to shred it. A great example of a product success path. Another one is Wim Hof, one of our guests here, the Iceman. He has a 10-week course on how to breathe like the Iceman. Again, your starting reality is you are stressed out. You don't have a good handle on your breathing. You get anxious a lot. Your desired reality is to be calm and cool like the Iceman. How do you do it? He's got a 10-week process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to those steps, and they leave you with a final reality. And here's one last example. Conor McGregor, the fantastic UFC fighter, he has something that he came out with called the 12-week fast conditioning system. He came up with this cardio system after he lost to Nate Diaz the first time, and it was all about how he can get his condition to the maximum peak. And it's a 12-week program, and he takes you through each individual step to get you from that reality A to that reality B. And so what I need you to do right now is I need you to visualize what is the desired reality of your customers. What is it? You know, Amy, if it's you, maybe you want them playing a virtuoso piece, a piece of Bach on the piano. Maybe that's it. Or for trauma, maybe you want someone to be able to go 7 days without having an attack, to go back to their traumatic state. Or maybe if you've gained those 12 stone over the years, maybe it's showing someone that they can have a healthy lifestyle and lose 5 stone after that time. But I want you all now to type in what is the desired reality that you want your customers to feel. For me, with the Business Accelerator, it's to have a business with revenue that you've created from your passion after 8 weeks. It's that simple. Now, it takes me 8 steps to do it and a lot of little things in between and a lot of accountability and motivation, but that's exactly what we do. And that's what I want you to think about right now. What is the desired reality of your product? And while you're thinking about that, I want to give you an example of a course that Zev is on here right now, and it's called Broadcast Yourself. And right now, you can take a look at the modules of Broadcast Yourself, and there's 8 modules. So we start off, your reality is, I have no podcast. At the end of it, you have a world-class podcast. And here are the 8 steps in between. In the first one, we start with why. I want to get into your core values. Why are you really doing this podcast? To be famous or to help the world by adding value? That's the first week. Next is discover your 1,000 true fans. Find a small group of people that you can make happy and take to the next level. After that, I want you to build your cutting-edge platform. We set up your website. We set up your iTunes platform to be able to handle your audio files. Next, we book your guests. I show you how we do it in London Real. Get those people on your show. Next, you broadcast your very first conversation. That's in week 5. Next is the keys to interview mastery. I show you how to interview people just like me. After that, I show you how to 10x your audience, how to grow your podcast so big that everyone's listening to you. And finally, I teach you how to launch your podcast on social media, on email, so it goes to the top of the charts on iTunes. Now, that's an example of a product success path for my Broadcast Yourself course. And again, this is the Broadcast Yourself course. And the current reality, before Zev started the program, was, Brian, I always dreamed of a podcast, but I never thought I could do it, right? That's where he was there. And the end of it is Zev now has a podcast with 11 different episodes. Everybody in the healthcare industry wants a piece of it. And he's like, I can do anything in the world. That's a win for me. I like that. And it took me those 8 weeks to get them there. Now, Zev wanted to jump ahead to week 5 in the beginning. He's like, Brian, just show me how to be a good interviewer. But I was like, no, we have to go to these individual steps. Every great product has these individual steps. And as soon as you get that into your head, you can start designing the products that you can sell your customers. So again, go ahead and type in what's the client's desired reality that you have for them. And I want to go to the lines, and a few other products that also come to mind are like 6-pack abs in 6 weeks, right? That's a perfect one that has 6 different weeks and 6 different steps that get you that desired reality. So I'm really curious what you're saying as far as where you want to get your clients. You know, it's a simple concept, this one, Julian, but it's one that a lot of people forget about. And they're like, oh, I'm going to sell coffee. I'm going to sell an ab machine. I'm going to sell, you know, a piece of music software. But if you really think about where you want to get your clients, at the end of it, you can provide a lot of value. And we do this all the time here in the Academy. Even with our free episodes, we try to think, what are you going to get out of Ido Portal? You want to see him move, right? That's why we go to Israel and film a movie. So we're always reverse engineering where we want our clients to get. If you really take this seriously, you're going to be providing value, and people will start paying you right now for your products. What are people saying about this?
Some great answers coming back here. I'm guessing you're going to want some of them to make these a little bit more specific.
Okay.
But let's start with Jennifer. Jennifer says, I want my customers to be more confident writers who trust me enough to pay me to edit their work.
Okay, that's good. I think that's good. I think, but the desired reality of your customer is to be maybe a world-class writer, or to be someone who can now write copy, a great piece of copy within an hour on demand, or maybe one of your writers that can now be hired as a copywriter. That's the desired reality. If you give them that desired reality, they'll pay you, definitely. And they'll come back again and again. They'll buy your low-cost product. They'll buy your 3-day weekend away in the countryside immersive copywriting course that you're going to charge $2,000 for. And they'll also, that corporation will also hire you to come into the sales department and teach the entire team a copywriting course, and they'll pay you 25 grand for that. So again, if you can focus on the desired reality of your customer, again, try being empathetic. Put yourself in their shoes. What would be a win for them? If you can do that and create a product for that, you're going to get a win every single time.
Amy says, acquire the self-discipline to achieve any musical goal they pursue.
Okay, look, I like that. That's good. Self-discipline to acquire any musical goal. I think that's good. I think for the initial product, maybe something more specific. Like I said, can they play an instrument for this song? Can they play at, say, a performance or a recital in front of people? And again, the best way to find out some of these answers is to even ask your customers. And we kind of get into that in week 2 of the Business Accelerator. When you start asking them what they want and what their challenges are, Amy, you might find that one person says, I want to play piano, one says, I want to play violin, one person wants to do it professionally, one person just wants to entertain people at the campfire. Once you get the right desires, then you can offer the product that makes them win. And again, you can have different desired realities for different products, but the basic one, the low-cost product, should be something very simple that you over-deliver on that makes people think, wow, that's amazing.
This might be over a bit of a longer time frame, but Clara's saying pain-free seasons. This is a product for professional dancers.
Okay, pain-free seasons, as in dance seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I really like that. So obviously, any kind of athlete is constantly dealing with injuries, right? I can't imagine how much the feet hurt on dancers, right? We had the Pussycat doll in here, and she's like, Brian, my feet, you have no idea how much they hurt, because she's dancing in heels over and over and over and over again when she tours with the Pussycat Dolls. So if you could teach them, or an MMA fighter, or any of these people, to how they can go injury-free, maybe with some prehab routines, or maybe with some diet supplements, or the right amount of sleep, or with some things that they could do, I think that would be an amazing product. And again, that would be something that people can share. You could start off with some free tips that would be the free product. Then you could start off with a 4-part video series that you could charge money for, and then there's a core product in there. That's a business right there. But the way you find out is to go ahead and put the free product out there, and then see if someone wants to buy your product, which I'm going to talk about next.
Interesting one here from Tom, says to be self-confident in brand management.
Self-confident in brand management, so you want to teach people that about brand management. I think that's good. Yeah, that's ultimately what you want. If you want to teach someone to get there and be confident about their brand, yeah, that's great. That's a great desired reality. So all we have to do is back that out into a simple low-cost product that could get them there. And again, maybe that's about understanding 5 core concepts when it comes to a brand. What is marketing? What is advertising? What makes a great band? They say, Saatchi said that every brand should own one word. For the company Volvo, the car company, it's safety. That's the word that they own. So maybe if you teach them that concept, they can really feel like you've added value. So that's a great example of that desired reality. And this is super important for any business you do. You have to know that desired reality. Yeah?
One more?
Yeah, one more. Hit me.
Steven says to become wealthy with real estate, so passive income.
Okay, so you teach them how to become wealthy with real estate. That's perfect. That's great. And you can slice that and dice that in many different ways. And again, if you go granular and you say, I want to teach you how to flip residential homes between $200,000 and $300,000 in Miami, Florida, now you probably got a nice low-cost product you can offer to that audience. And then maybe you can create a different one for a different market or a different one for a corporate or a multifamily tenant, whatever. That's good. And once you get your head in that, you can walk them through in a digital product. And it's a perfect example. All right? Okay, good. Folks, let's talk about making some money, all right? Because that's what we all need to do here. And this is my last concept. I'm actually going to take this board and get rid of it because I want to close out with something that's going to make you money, all right? And I want to talk about this concept of an MVP. And in this case, I'm not talking about most valuable player, or of course, Michael Venom Page, this mixed martial artist who's just amazing when it comes to being inside the cage. I'm talking about a concept called minimum viable products. And what this is this. This is the simplest and the cheapest way to get your customer to a desired reality. That's what it is. And it's something that you can create so fast and test in the market at a low price point that you can know right away if your ideas about branding or real estate or music or trauma management or weight loss are going to work. So many people don't understand this concept. Even me at London Real with Mr. Julian Bales, super smart guy, we didn't realize that London Real Academy needed to be launched. We were going to work on it for 3 more months, to be honest. We wanted to make a beautiful WordPress site. We wanted to ask more questions. We wanted to test it. But what you need to do is you need to launch a product to test it. And I always say, and this is what they say in the technology industry, and listen to what I say here. If you're not embarrassed by the first product that you sell, then you waited too long to bring it to market. And I know you don't want to hear this, and none of our students in the Business Accelerator want to hear it, because in week 6, I tell them, it's time to sell the product now. And they're like, no, Brian, it's not ready. I need to do more, and tell them more about real estate and brand management, and the video's not pretty enough, and the workbook isn't to have the graphics. I'm like, you're wrong. It's time to sell it now. Because what happens is this. If you put it on the market, and you get people to vote with the most important currency I've ever heard of, and that is voting with their credit card. When they pull that card out and they pay you even $10 or $15 or $20 for your ideas, your intellectual property, your 4-part video series about any of the things we just talked about, that's when you know you have a business. And that's when you can go all in and put your resources and your time and everything. And before that happens, don't waste your time with it. Because I've known people, like I said, that spent 6 months working on an app. They spent $50,000 with a developer, and they put it in the iTunes store, and you know what happens? Nothing happens. Because they never tested the market with free product. They never stuck anything out there to see if people wanted to pay for it, and now they fail, and they go back to their day job, and they're miserable the rest of their life. So I want you to consider this whole idea of a minimum viable product. And again, the London Real Academy was the most minimal thing that we could put up. We didn't even know what people would want. We said, we'll give you live episodes. I'll do a webinar once a month. I'll give you behind the scenes footage. We'll give you a community of other London Reelers, and we'll give you a live event once a month in London. How's that sound? And we put it out there, and we waited, and everyone said, yes, we want it. And once we got those first $10,000 in, we knew we had a business, and we've now scaled it to millions. And that's what I want you to get into your head, that you need to start before you're ready. You need to pull the trigger and offer that product out even before it's created. Now, I know this sounds a little crazy here, but I want to share a story of one of our Business Accelerator graduates that sold his product before it existed. All right? It might sound a little weird, but I'm going to introduce him to you very, very shortly. So first, I want you to do me something first. Do me a favor. You know the desired reality that you told me earlier. I want you to give me a name for your product. All right? Now, I know you don't know what it is yet. I know you don't even know the specifics, but just go ahead and give it a 3 or a 4-word name. And it could be something like go from your current reality to your desired reality, like 3 weeks to shred it. It could be understand real estate in 4 easy steps, right? That's pretty good. It could be learn music, learn how to play Bach's Concerto No. 4 on the piano in 5 days. It could be learn about brand management in 3 simple steps. But I want you to go ahead and type in what could be your minimum viable product. And I know there'll be a little resistance. You'll be like, Brian, I'm not ready. I don't know enough about it. Look, we didn't know enough about it. I guarantee Apple didn't know enough about when they first did the very first iMac. I guarantee every single product, Coca-Cola, when they made the first bottle, they didn't know if anybody would drink it. They put all this stuff and they said, do you like it? Oh, we do. And then they put the resources. So this happens all the time in business, and you have to get comfortable. But you cannot spend months and months and months trying to develop something that's perfect. You have to stick something out that's imperfect. So go ahead and give me a name of what your product would be that would get someone from the current reality to the desired reality. And again, make it any names. It could be the 3 steps to this. It could be go from fat and lethargic to mean and lean, like our man with the YouTube channel. It could be any of things. Go from traumatic seizures 3 times a day to being carefree and being able to easily talk about the trauma in your life. Whatever it is, I want you to go ahead and type in that MVP. This is actually the first step to you making money. You don't know it yet. And if it's a little uncomfortable, good. That's my point here, because I'm here to push you to get you to do the things you don't want to do. So I want to share with you the story of Fahim, all right? And Fahim was a guy on our Business Accelerator course, and he sold a product before it was created. And here's me speaking to Fahim about what he did. Talk to me about this ebook. How much does it cost? And when you sold your first ebook, how long had you spent writing it? It's a trick question here, but you're going to know what I'm saying really quick here.
Okay, so I didn't even write it before I sold it.
You didn't write the book before you sold it?
No. I learned from the best.
That is the concept of MVP, right?
Yep.
It's a minimum viable product where you test the market before you build a product.
Yep.
And so what did you do with this ebook?
So we essentially we wrote down, we made an offer to our mailing list and said, we're putting this book together and it's going to be due on this particular date. If you purchase on a pre-order, you get a discount. And we provided access to a Facebook membership group, and also the first 20 pre-orders would get a direct Skype call once per month. And what
you guys are good.
Yeah, we're just trying to. So you can see the immense value. $7.99. The cost of that is greater than the $7.99 to maintain it. But what we're trying to do is give immense value and build that membership base. Yeah. So, which will then, once we have that long-term relationship, we'll start solving the bigger problems our audience will be having.
You know, I'll never forget our graduation dinner here in London with Fahim and his whole class. And we were all sitting at this Vietnamese restaurant right here in Shoreditch. And we do a graduation ceremony for all of our courses. It's not required, but people come and it's like a free dinner on us. And 3 times during the dinner, he's like, Brian, I just sold a low-cost product. And I was like, are you joking? Yeah, I just sold another one. I just sold another one. And I was like, what is going on here? And again, he told that story there. But just to go again, he created this concept called Halal Paleo, and it was during Ramadan. And he thought to himself, you know what? A lot of these young guys that want to be on a paleo diet but still have to follow a lot of these rules would love a recipe, an ebook with all of these recipes that they could use. So why don't I offer that to them, but I don't even have to write it. Let me see if they want to buy it first. And it was just this fantastic idea of the ultimate minimal viable product. He never tested it. It never existed. He put the idea out there. And once he started selling them, then he went and created it and delivered the product. And this is just the most beautiful example of not wasting any time, any money, any intellectual property, anything at all. And he had a market and he had a business here. And if you think about it, this is what people do all the time in Kickstarter. They'll put out an idea. How would you like a virtual reality glasses that you can use underwater? Okay, you raised $100,000, we'll deliver it next year. And so this whole idea of a minimum viable product is super important. And if you can get your head around it and even propose it to the market before you create it and sell it, then you know you have a business. Then you can go do the work of creating that and then deliver it and fulfill your customers. And here's the best part. If they don't buy it, you can change products like this with a new idea. and with another idea. And for our man in real estate, maybe it's Miami and Florida, 200,000, or maybe it's houses in Seattle for over $1 million, or maybe it's commercial real estate in New York. On the fourth one, bam, you just sold 10 courses. Now you know the market you should be in. Same for Amy in music. Same for the trauma. You might find, okay, I'm doing PTSD and soldiers from Afghanistan. Nobody wants that. Childhood trauma with people that had issues when they were under 10. Nobody wants that. Teenage trauma in women. Bam, everybody wants that one. That's the perfect way of testing a minimum viable product. And so inside the accelerator, I push you to go ahead and put something in the market that's not completely perfect, that's not completely built, to see if they buy it. Once they buy it, you make it amazing and you deliver. And that's exactly what we did with London Real Academy. Once that happened, then we moved on to our Prime offering. So now I want you to tell me, what would be the name of your minimum viable product? Again, just throw a name out there and tell me what it might sound like, because it'll get you over that threshold of getting comfortable with selling your intellectual property. And I'm curious what people say here about this. Again, sometimes there's just resistance from people, and they're like, Brian, it's not ready, and I don't know if people are going to buy it. But if you can put a name to it, it makes it more of a reality, and then you can sell it is like one step further. So what are people saying?
Paige says that the desired reality for her customers is to heal their body, relationships, and internal struggles, and her product name there is 10 Weeks to Peace.
I love it. I love it. 10 Weeks to Peace is the headline, and then underneath it you can say how to solve your blah, 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 blah. Put a price tag on it of, I don't know, $27 and see if people buy it. I bet you could sell 10 of those in your first webinar. I really do. And based on the free product that you put out beforehand, this is a perfect example of a minimum viable product. I love it.
Drew with the YouTube channel is saying, strength comes from within, 3 steps to galvanize your mind.
Yeah, okay. Galvanize your mind. Strength comes from within. 3 steps to galvanize your mind. I like it. And just you might want to put in there that by galvanizing your mind, I'm going to get also closer to that healthy body, because you embody that brand. But I love it. And again, just by putting the name on it, people are like, okay, he's promising me a reality A going to reality B. And it's a product that you can buy that will solve that problem. So all of a sudden they say, oh, I can pay him $20 and I have a chance of getting to that reality B. So honestly, you're already halfway there.
Verge, who was talking about suicide prevention,
Yes.
is saying 3 weeks to confidence and self-respect.
Perfect. I like that. You know, and you could even market this to parents, you know, because a lot of times people won't buy that for themselves, but I like that. 3 weeks to confidence and self-respect. You don't have to address the problem of suicide. You can come at it from another angle, and you can say that 3 weeks to confidence and self-respect, and then it could be a subtitle of, you know, I'm going to give you the 5 points that will build your self-esteem, make you realize that life is a beautiful adventure, and get you to take on every challenge as an adventure. Perfect. I think you're all really getting this concept.
Jim has one that's definitely going to grab
Okay,
you. It's
all right.
survive the zombie apocalypse.
Okay, look, I like it, Jim. I like survive the zombie apocalypse, maybe 10 steps to survive the zombie apocalypse. But look, we can laugh it up all we want, but I think there's people out there that would pay for this product. There's survivalists out there in America. One of my uncles was from Flagstaff, Arizona, and he used to stockpile guns and rations for whatever's going to happen that one day. I bet you could sell him some version of this, Jim. So I don't know if you were joking or not. The point is that you can put that MVP out there, and you could say survive the zombie apocalypse, in parentheses, or, you know, the U.S. government going crazy, or a meteor falling on Earth, or something, and you can say, you know, the 10 steps you need to be able to survive on your own for 100 days. How about that? You would be surprised how many people would buy that product. I kid you not. And I'm telling you, when you sell your first digital product, and I've seen hundreds of my students do it, and we did it here at London Real in the studios, right in that room over there 2 years ago. It's a game changer, because your mind, it's like, it's better than sex. You know, your mind just goes, oh my God. Something I just conceived of in my mind on a webinar with Brian when I was making a joke just actually told me there's people in the market that are willing to pay for my ideas, and you have a business on the back of that. I'm telling you, it's one of the most beautiful things you can do.
S says 5-ingredient baking.
5-ingredient baking. Okay, it's interesting. I might want to know a little bit more about my desired reality. I like simplicity. Maybe if you give me a few examples, like peanut butter cookies in five ingredients, how to make bread in 5 ingredients, something like that. But I think you're getting there, okay? Again, try to give them that desired reality, like the zombie apocalypse.
And finally, Clara says pain-free dance career.
Okay, pain-free dance career. That's good. Okay, that's good. A pain-free dance career. I think, again, I might go, you know, the 5 steps to be, you know, completely pain-free, or to be foot pain-free or something like that. Give it something to where they can actually visualize that desired reality. Great low-cost product. What dancer wouldn't pay you $20 on the chance that you can help them? You know, that's their career, that's their livelihood, that's everything. Yeah. So look, I think you all have really got that concept, yeah? Good. Well, let me take that a bit further. So now you have your minimum viable product, and you understand that you need your free product, right? You've now pretty much created your minimum viable product, which you can go out there and test in the market. And this is exactly what we do next inside of the Business Accelerator. In week 6, we teach you how to hold your very own live webinar, just like this, where you go ahead and speak to your customers and you sell the products. And just like Max Keeling, and just like Fahim, and just like hundreds of my students before, you will watch as people pay you money for your intellectual property. They pay for your vibe, your excitement, and your passion. And after they buy it and you deliver, they want more from you. And this is the beginning. This is that light bulb moment that we had here at London Real 2 years ago. And this is what all of your friends tell you you can't have. This is what all the people say, you can't turn your passion into a business. And yet I'm looking at all the pictures of London Real guests over the past 6 years, and that's all they've done. They turned their passion into a business. Eddie Izzard, comedian, passion to a business. Elliot Hulse, passion about fitness into a business. Jocko Willink, passion about being a hardcore Navy SEAL, discipline equals freedom into a business. Ido Portal, movement into a multi-million-dollar business. Wim Hof, turning breathing and cold water therapy into a multi-million-dollar business. This can be done. You now have the concept of free product. You have a low-cost product you can test right now. And this is what I'm doing with our Business Accelerator. And so what it is it's an 8-week entrepreneurial boot camp where I walk you through step by step the blueprint that I used to turn London Real from a flailing podcast that had a couple of sponsors into a multi-million-dollar global media business. And that is exactly what we do here. I only work with people that have a passion for doing something and they want to turn that into a business. I don't care if you want to buy something cheap and sell it for expensive, because I don't think that creates a long-term business. I want people like you that are passionate about music, passionate about trauma, passionate about real estate, passionate about losing weight. All of that stuff sells. I know I can make businesses out of those. And if you can get this mastered, if you can crack the code, you can have flexible hours. You can quit your day job. You can work from anywhere in the world. Max Keeling works from Ibiza one week. He works from Singapore the next week. He travels everywhere. You can live your passion and do what you love. And I'm telling you, once you do that, you become a different person. You literally are a different human. You wake up every morning jumping out of bed. How can I build this business? Who can I help? When you get reviews from your low-cost product and your free product, thank you so much, Amy, for that video. It changed my life. Thanks so much for that recipe. Thank you so much. Now I'm injury-free and pain-free as a dancer. Thank you so much. It makes you a different person because you're giving value to the world. I'm telling you, it's the best way to be a human. Regardless, you're also building a business with revenue that you can have as an asset for life. And so that's what the London Real Business Accelerator is. I offer this once every year. This won't happen for another year. And this is my personal mentoring for 8 weeks. And I show you the blueprint. Everything you need to start with no idea or with an idea or with an existing business and take it into a huge stream of revenue that you can scale into a completely bigger level. And I show you all the tactics and strategies that I used to turn London Real into this 7-figure media business. I showed you all the mistakes I made. I made mistakes for 4 years, and I show you how to avoid all of those, and I actually get you over the finish line. I've helped over 500 graduates. I've worked with lawyers, doctors, Wall Street bankers, movers, actors, vegans, organic coffee growers, filmmakers, you name it. And every single one of them has turned their passion into a business through all of these techniques that I'm talking about. But let me go through exactly what's inside the program, because we are closing, folks, tomorrow on this program, and I'm actually closing as soon as I sell out all of the places, and that might be tonight because this is a busy call. So I'm gonna walk you through the product. It has 8 modules, all right? First of all, you have lifetime access to each one of these modules, and I offer a triple tier accountability, and it comes like this. You get 16 one-hour live calls with me. These are on Tuesday and Sunday every week at 7 o'clock. I'm on a call with you with the Zoom's live software where I can punch in, I can talk to you, you can see me, and I can say, hey, where's my minimum viable product? Where's my free product? I haven't seen your videos on YouTube. When's your webinar? I'm gonna be on that webinar to see if you're selling right. I can talk to you every single week, twice a week for an hour. You get my personal mentoring. Second, you get a private Facebook group where we upload all of our vlogs, our video content, our successes, our failures, our hopes, our dreams. You see people all around the world struggling with individual business models and having success every single week. And it gets you excited about your own business and shows you that maybe you can do more than you think. And when you see some 18-year-old movement woman in Hong Kong build a business, or you see some 63-year-old woman in Nova Scotia build a business from her baking skills, or you see some real estate guy in Miami do it, you'll think, wait a second, I can do it too. And that's what it's all about. So that's the second tier. And finally, you get 24-hour access to me and all of my team leaders. We answer any question you want via an email address, via the Facebook group, and everything. That's all in our accountability system. And the modules are this. Week 1, we bulletproof your business idea. You come into the course and I show you the 3 stages to finding the right idea. I show you how to pitch that idea in 1 minute, how to master the process. And I also give you 3 entrepreneurial mindsets that's going to get you through this course, all right? This is hard work, folks. I'm here to get you out of your comfort zone. I'm here to get you across the goal line, and I'm going to give you the mindsets that are going to help you in life and in business overcome anything, because these are just challenges, and we can get there together. Week 2, find your micro niche. I'm going to show you how to position yourself to win in a high potential market niche. This is about getting a small number of customers happy so you can then grow your audience. I'm going to show you how to outsmart your competition, learn from them, copy them if necessary, and finally, I'm going to show you how to understand the psychology of your customer. Week 3, we're going to build your high-performance website. Yep, that's right. 7 days, you have a website that converts into customers. This is what I'm talking about, folks. This is real stuff that I learned on the ground here at London Real Building a Business. This isn't some, I'm not some social media expert that wrote a book about things they don't know about. This is stuff I do every single day here. And in week 3, I'm going to show you how to create the stunning website the easy way. I'm going to show you how to craft compelling copy. And finally, I'm going to show you strategies how to capture and nurture those leads. Week 4, I show you how to make your content. You're going to create this 3-part video series using our filming techniques that I talked about, and we're going to use that to capture email addresses to get them as leads. These are the people that are going to pay you money for your product 2 weeks later. Next, I'm going to show you how to install your automated sales machine system via email. And finally, I'm going to show you how to write blogs like a best-selling author. Week 5, you're going to kickstart your social media. I'm going to teach you the art of social media. This is a results-driven approach to your channels. How can we make money from social media? I don't care about subscribers. I don't care about likes. I care about revenues, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Next, I'm going to show you how to become an online authority in your market. And finally, I'm going to show you the London Real tested strategies for automating your social media. Again, folks, this is about 80-20. I know people that spend 6 months on social media and they have 0 revenue to show for it. That's not going to happen to you. Week 6, we create your product, the same product we talked about tonight. You're going to go through the product success path. You're going to define your customer's desired reality. We're going to put it down in steps. I'm going to give you the step-by-step guideline on how to productize all your knowledge. And finally, we're going to launch your minimum viable product. And of course, the next week, we're going to sell your product. I'm going to show you how to sell without being salesy. I'm going to show you how to present your very first online webinar, and you're going to do it. And you're going to master the secrets of closing the sale. I guarantee you, if you do all these steps right, you're going to have revenue this week. One of my students made $4,000 this week. I kid you not. I think on this course, someone's going to make $10,000. Mark my words. And week 8, we're going to launch your business. At the very end, I show you how to take this small success, the revenues you had, and I'm going to show you how to 10 and 100 exit. You're going to fit all the pieces into a powerful revenue-generating machine. You're going to identify and track the key metrics for scaling your business. And finally, you're going to create a fail-proof blueprint for your next 12 months, and I'm going to give you the accountability to make it all happen. This is it, folks. This is an incredible program, and here are some testimonial videos from some of our students from the past.
Being with you in 8 weeks, within just 7 days, I put on my landing page with a free video series. Next week, I put on my 6 weeks online course. I've never met that experience within that short time frame being so productive and producing so much stuff because of the community, of the accountability that we have.
This is what I need. This is the one thing that I'm missing. I'm lacking that blueprint, that direction, so to take what I'm doing forward and make it successful. It just made me feel a lot more confident, and I just went out there and pushed myself just a little bit, and that's something I should have done years ago. And now I realise that what I've been missing, and I found a way to put it all together and get out there and do it and make it happen. And that was worth every penny I paid. Just that pulling that out has taken me from that sort of 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, and it's put me on the right path.
It was an experience, and I sold 3 courses. And then after that, I kept getting more. I kept getting referrals for more, and then I got cold sales, and I was like, okay, it's working. This is absolutely working. The accountability document, like, it kept me, every day I was like, okay, I don't go to bed until I work my business, so I always had something on that document to check off every day. So that's how I knew. It was like my gut check. I knew that I was working my business.
Just keep doing what you're doing, and thank you so much for being part of the course.
Thank you so much. It's changed my life.
From the first 2 weeks, the amount of knowledge that I knew that I was going to get was going to be amazing. Not just, again, from the technical things that we saw in the first 2 weeks, but it's really the mind change of how you actually have to go and do something different and change the perception that you have about certain things and about yourself, and just get out there.
I mean, it's like a bit magical. And I just, if they ask me, should I do it? Absolutely. Absolutely do it. I mean, you'll get enough out of it that, even the person who got the least out of it is totally worth it. But especially if you're willing to put the work in and exert yourself, get out of the comfort zone, you will succeed.
And that is only a small subsection of our students. If you click on the link in the chat, you can watch another 10 of those videos. I love watching those every single time because each one of those students, they mean something to me. They have so much passion in what they do, and their businesses are ultra successful. Look, if you have any questions about this, go ahead and type them in the chat right now because I'm going to get to them in about 2 or 3 minutes. But let me just continue and tell you about the rest of the program. First of all, there's one thing I need to be straight up about, is that you have to come in and be willing to do the work on this course. Those 8 weeks, I need you to come in here and deliver. So I cannot promise you a business unless you're willing to do the work. But if you promise to go 100%, then I promise to meet you halfway and literally drag you across the goal line if necessary. Myself and my team leaders will make sure you're engaged, you do the work, and you actually get revenues which can change your life by giving you that business. And the real key benefit of the London Real Academy and our Business Accelerator is the accountability. There's so many programs out there that sell you video modules, and the truth is nobody ever watches them. I think the industry has a 5% completion rate for these digital courses. Ours is a 96% completion rate because I see the whites of your eyes twice a week for 2 hours each. We do a roll call. There's homework. There's videos to upload in the Facebook group. You become like a family with all these people around the world, and you have lifetime access to them and the modules. These are your future business partners. These are people you collaborate with. It's an amazing network. I've had people tell me they would pay for the course alone just for the network, and that's what makes us different, is really the accountability. And tonight, I am offering a special bonus video. It's called Your Relationship with Money. This was a talk that was given here at London Real Studios by Phil McKernan, and it's all about getting behind the barriers that are holding you back from being successful. A lot of us feel money is dirty, or we don't deserve it, or we don't deserve to be successful. So if you watch this before the program, it'll get you in a positive frame point to where you really want to go out and just crush the world. So that's yours for free tonight if you join while I still talk on this webinar. And of course, I'm also throwing in the Achievers Formula. Guests I had here on London Real who went from 0 to 7 figures and what they did to get their brains in the right place. Because a lot of times when your mind is right, this stuff is easy. But when you have resistance and you're not feeling it, it's very hard. So this will get you in a perfect place. And finally is the price. If you click on the link, you can go in and see all of our price plans. I am offering a 12-month payment plan for the first time ever. So if you click on that link, you can do that. But if you decide to pay in full for the standard plan, it's $2,997. And if you do that, you get a free video kickoff call with me. And I'm giving you our Dan Pena Live at the Ritz. It was a 6-hour event of video where it was Dan and a group of 30 special entrepreneurs that flew in from around the world. This cost $1,500 to attend, and it's yours free tonight if you go ahead and pay in full. And of course, I also offer a premium version where you're on my team during the course, and you get to come to London Real Studios at the end, and you get to sit in the leather chair, and you get to have an interview with me, just like Dorian Yates did, and Ido Portal did, and Jocko Willink. And you can use that as a business asset that you can put on LinkedIn or your website. That'll help with joint ventures and for selling products to customers. And finally, I have an inner circle group where you have my private mentoring for 6 months after, where I have a tiny group of entrepreneurs where we build 7- and 8-figure businesses. And so that's the investment strategies. You know, it's all up to you as far as what you want to do with investing in yourself and investing in your life. At London Real, we choose to invest in people that invest in us, and that's what this is all about. So you got the bonuses, Dan Pena live at the Ritz, the live video kickoff call, you get your relationship with money with Phil McKernan, you get our Achievers formula from special London Real guests. And just to show you how much I believe in this program, I'm offering you a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. I'm so confident that this program will produce results in you that I will give you all of your money back. If you show up to the live calls and you do all of the work, and after 8 weeks you're not completely 100% satisfied, I'll give you a full refund. So you actually have no reason not to join me right now. I'm that confident that this program will actually change your life. And so that's it, folks. This is a special once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm personally mentoring you. I'm giving you the roadmap, the blueprint on how you can turn your passion into a successful business. I've done this with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of students. It works. And you've got me there mentoring you the whole way. And we have an accountability process that's absolutely amazing. We already have an amazing group of entrepreneurs that are already inside our private Facebook group that are uploading videos and that are so excited. The passion alone is amazing. Everybody just wants to get after it. They say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, if you join this course, you'll be spending it with me, with Julian, and with all these passionate students. We want to see you win. A lot of people in your life, maybe not, but I believe you can win, and I want you to join us and do it, but you got to pull the trigger. You got to take a chance, and you got to make this investment. And so now I want to answer any questions that you're having about this. Again, you know, this is such a special time of the year. I love teaching this course more than I love broadcasting because it's so much fun. You can see how passionate I get about ideas. But when I see someone make their first revenues, like Max Keeling or Fahim or Susan Gunner, who I'm going to share her story next, I mean, their faces light up. They get so excited. But what questions are people having here?
Ton of questions here for you to answer. Mr. Rose, Lee says, what if you're unable to pay the full amount up front?
Yeah, great question. You know, we used to charge the full amount up front because we were like, you know what? I'm going to give you my blood and sweat and tears for 8 weeks. I teach the Sunday module from my house, right? I'm going all in on all of you, so I want you to go all in on us. And so we used to ask for the whole investment up front. But I understand that's not capable for everybody. It's a problem. So now we have a 12-month payment plan of $297 each month. So that's all you need is about 200 pounds to come up with that first payment, and then 1 monthly after that. A lot of you will already be making revenue by that second payment. And some of you will already be making thousands and thousands of dollars, and that's just the truth of what happens.
Quick one here for Stephen. He says, I joined on the last webinar. I did not get the Dan Pena video. Do not worry. We're sending that out at the end of the week when the doors close.
Definitely. Yes, we will get you your Dan Pena video, and anybody else can get it if you want to pay in full right now. It's an amazing bonus. I'm telling you, it'll get you so fired up. People pay $1,500 just to be in that room, and you get it free if you go ahead and pay in full. And again, it'll just get you out of your comfort zone. It'll get you pulling the trigger, go to where the fear is, stop making all those excuses. Because the truth is that a year from now, when I decide to offer this course again, you might be on the same webinar and say, oh yeah, I didn't do it last year because I didn't have the money or I was busy. But we know these are just excuses. It's not really true. I'm sure you can all figure out how to get that first payment, and you can join me on this amazing ride. But if you want to change your reality, you have to take action. What do they say? Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Well, that's probably what you've been doing with your business for the last year, 2 years, 5 years. One day I'm going to do this. One day I'm going to do this. I'm here to tell you that by December, you're going to have a business with revenues. All you have to do is click the button and join me.
Tom and Janine asking about how long this takes. Tom saying, is it a full-time program? And Janine saying, how many hours a day would you estimate we need to do this? Like most people, she has another job at the moment.
Yeah, it's a great question. Look, we ask for 2 to 4 hours a week to do the work to get this done. I've had people with full-time jobs. I had a single mother with 3 kids and a full-time job who did this. That was Jen. She did an organic soil company. It was amazing. So the truth is that's all it takes. A lot of people, though, they encounter resistance. That's what really stops them. It's because they feel uncomfortable, they feel weird about the MVP, they don't want to put free content out there, they find excuses when it comes to technology, but the truth is we make it really simple for you. So if you're willing to go to where the fear is, and trust me, it's going to be simple for you. But of course, if you want to invest more time, you'll just get results faster. And that's just the truth. So you can go 10 hours if you want, but all you need is 2 to 4 hours a week to actually make this happen.
Thomas asking, when is the next course? And Des saying, how about kicking off in December, Brian? He's just started a 3-month college course.
You know, that's a great question, and I see some people buying already here. The truth is that we only do this periodically because it takes a lot out of me. I mean, seriously, we both go in there, we fire, we're watching all of your stuff, we're giving you advice. I mean, this is crazy for the next 8 weeks. So we only do this once a year. So it's going to be quite a while, and honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be this personally involved next time. London Real's getting really big. It might just be team leaders. But right now, you're going to get me on this call, and of course, you can have me as your team leader as well. And that's why we do it. And again, we do it for people that step up and pull the trigger and invest in themselves and invest in us. I'm not here to make it super convenient. I need people that are going to take action. And that's what I want here. And so we don't want to offer it too often. Because the truth is, if I say it's in 3 months, then you can push it till then, and then push it till then, and push it till then. At some point, you got to take a deep breath and say, you know what? I trust London Real. I see what they've done with their business. They're amazing. I'm going to go for this. And if it doesn't work out, I get my money back. So if you can't come to those conclusions based on that, I really don't want to work with you. So I think that's about the right amount of frictions to make sure we qualify a great group of people. And the group in this is one of our best ever. I'm telling you, the energy is absolutely amazing. So I hope that answers your question. If you're on another course right now, all I need is 2 to 4 hours a week. And I got a funny feeling that my course will change your life more than that other one. So again, it's all about opportunity cost. I said this to someone who bought today. I said, if you don't take this course, what about the $10,000 in revenue you're not going to make between now and the next 3 months? Can you afford to lose $10,000 right now? Or can you afford to pay $300? And they were like, you're right, Brian, let's do this. So that I totally understand.
Verge, who bought after the last webinar,
yes,
says
Verge,
the
welcome.
people in the group are already worth the price. Pull the trigger, seriously.
Wow, thank you, Verge. It's funny, Verge and a bunch of the other students, if you see my Facebook Live videos I've been doing in the Broadcast Yourself Workshop Facebook group, they get on the course and they're telling everybody to come in. And Verge already knows on the inside, the energy in there is amazing because everybody, they are determined to launch a business. They are supporting everybody. They're giving them ideas. These could even be your first customers and your first partners. And he's right, the energy alone is worth it. But wait till we start teaching you the modules, Verge. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So this stuff is like gold, and you need to jump in there and get on it right away.
Mitch says, what a fantastic hour. Thank you. Feel so blessed to hang everything, spent this time with you. Learned so much. He's written 5 pages of notes. Just imagine what 8 weeks he would write.
Wow, I love that, Mitch. So Mitch, why aren't you joining us? That's what I want to know. If you can give me one good reason. Again, we've got the payment plan. We've also got the money back guarantee. And this is really only happening once for the next year. Why aren't you joining me, Mitch? Please write me back because I want to know. I'm just trying to get a feedback of why someone wouldn't take this opportunity. It's incredible, and there's literally no risk for you right now.
Good question here from Helig. He's saying, will the Business Accelerator course be online only, or is it classes as well?
So it's a great question. You know, we teach this course like nothing out there. It's this interactive live experience where you show up, you exchange ideas, and I push you to do the work every single week. There's video modules where I teach you the concepts and you watch those videos. Then you get on the keynote call on Tuesday and I walk you through the concepts. And then on Sunday, there's a workshop call where I answer questions. We also have team leaders from around the world that we break you into smaller groups. And we have a graduation ceremony here in London that's not required, but it's an option. All of those things are for you. And so that's why this is unlike anything else out there. It's not just some videos that you watch on your own. And let's be honest, you will never watch them. This is something we make it happen. Again, we call roll. I make sure you're there. That's why you're going to have this business in December. There's nothing out there like it because we created this from scratch based on our own experiences. And at London Real, as you notice, we like to get things done. It's not about the talk, it's about the walk.
Herb, who's creating that software product to help people find a job. He's saying, how does the end-to-end ecosystem model apply to a B2C business? I don't see myself offering anything on the back end, and any prime offer seems to apply only to B2B.
So it's a great question, and it's just not true. So with a business to a consumer, a B2C or a B2B business, first of all, with a B2C, you're going to have free product, definitely, right? You're going to have low-cost product. In your case, it might be an app or a low-cost piece of software. But you could have something else that you could teach the consumer that would be worth them those $2,000. Maybe you would teach them how to code. Maybe you would actually train them on how to code something up, or you would do some of your consultant services. But you could easily create, say, a 6-week course where you could teach them to do something even bigger, and that would be your prime offering. And once you learn how to teach all these individuals how to do this, you have intellectual property, and you can sell that to another company, and that's your back-end offering. So maybe you sell all this knowledge to a company that now offers this as a software product that they can sell to the market. There's so many options out there for each one of those ecosystem things, and we teach you how to do all of them inside the Business Accelerator. So you're wrong in that sense, and they can also work for B2B plays as well. So there's all aspects there.
Anna asking, do you need an education within the field you want your company to be in?
You know, I think you need passion. I don't think you need an education. I didn't know anything about broadcasting when I started this. I didn't know anything about digital marketing. I didn't know anything about any of this stuff. But I learned because I was passionate and people saw I was genuine, and I wanted to help them get across the goal line. So that's really what it's all about. So look, I think the more you know, the better. But it's not always about being the expert. Sometimes the experts don't have any business models. How many people do we know out there that are expert musicians, expert dancers, and yet they're broke because they don't actually have business sense and they don't understand what we're teaching here? So no, it's not required. Again, build a brand around what I'm teaching you and partner with someone else to sell these physical products or to take your business to the next level. That's the best thing to do.
Let's go with Nikolay got a great question here. How much would the extra investment in platform technology be during the course above the actual tuition fee?
Yeah, great question. People keep asking me, is there like extra costs? No, there's no extra costs. You pay for the course. I teach you how to do this. You can set your website up on Squarespace if you want. I think it's like $20. After that, social media is free, webinars are free, everything's free. Well, you know, there's no point in paying money for platforms these days. It's all cheap or free. So no, and you have lifetime access to the Facebook group, to all the video modules, to me, to everyone in your class. So yeah, there's no hidden cost. We don't play that here. I'd like to come back to these questions, but first I want to share with you the story of Susan Gunner. And she bought the course on our last offering. She actually, I think, sold her car to buy the course. This is a true story, right? And you can look her up on Facebook and find out about her story. And she trusted us and she trusted the process. She had graduated from our Life Accelerator. She knew that we did everything with passion and we were really good at what we did. And you know, we really care about our students' success. And she's like, Brian, I'm going all in. And in week 6, she made $4,000 on the course. And she actually blew me away. And she started with no idea either. And here's a short little piece about Susan and her journey.
Hi Business Accelerators, my name is Susan, I'm from London, UK, and so looking forward to this journey together.
Meet Susan Gunner, a single mother of 2 living in London who never believed she could turn her passion into a profitable online business.
I don't come from a corporate background, I've never run a business in my life, so I knew that I had to put the work in and kick my resistance, as Brian Rose would say.
But she had seen London Real start from a simple podcast and build itself into a 7-figure global media company, and wanted to try it for herself by launching her own online counseling and trauma therapy practice.
My passion is to develop myself as an emotional management coach. I would like to build a business around this idea.
So she pulled the trigger, decided to invest in her future, and joined the London Real Business Accelerator, a live and interactive 8-week mentorship and accountability program designed to make her business dream a reality. Together with over 60 entrepreneurs in 14 time zones around the world, Susan undertook a radical life transformation, learning how to publish videos of herself, build her social media platforms, create digital products, and actually sell them on her own webinar. With 2 live interactive calls per week, she was coached and mentored by me, Brian Rose, the founder and host of London Real. Following our blueprint of 8 world-class video content modules, a private Facebook group, and our trademark accountability documents, all while under the supervision of experienced team leaders from around the world. Susan wasted no time and jumped right into the course, starting with her daily vlogs.
Just getting more stronger and doing more learning so that I can reach out to more people and hopefully make more impact on people's lives. And having this support system where we literally dragged each other through these 8 weeks. At the end of the day, it's been one of the most amazing experiences I ever had in my life.
With the amazing feedback from a global community of fellow classmates and entrepreneurs, Susan was able to refine her idea and launched her own online therapy business.
Hi, my name is Susan and I'm the founder of Know Thyself. I have the most effective, validated, uniquely designed strategies for emotional awareness and management.
By week 6, she had hosted her very own webinar selling over $1,000 worth of products in only 45 minutes.
Now I really believe in my product, and I can't be any more excited and I can't be any more happier.
By the following week, she had generated over $4,000 and paid for the Business Accelerator course with a tidy sum left over.
I don't think I am in my mind the same person as I was even at the beginning of the course. I think finding the right people to get you where you want to go is the key, and I am just so glad I found you guys. And one thing that I'm going to take away from this course is like, I feel powerful. I feel like I can take over the world right now. And I don't feel that anything can stop me, anyone can stop me. I'll kill him. I kill him. That's how I feel.
But more importantly, she proved to herself that she had created a viable business that would support her and her family for years to come.
At the end of my 8th week, I'm so proud that I can say I have an online business, functional website, email list, a huge audience, and I'm on the way to a bigger success.
All because she believed in London Real and trusted our process and proven track record of over 500 successful graduates over the past 3 years. How can we make your dream lifestyle a reality? Join the Business Accelerator today, and let's build your business together. I love that story of Susan because she went from a place of fear and unknowing, and she was scared and didn't think she had an idea, and she absolutely crushed it because she trusted us every step of the way. And there's no reason why you can't take your same passion and turn it into thousands and thousands worth of revenue. I just saw one of her ads on Facebook for her business yesterday, and I was like, you go, Susan, that's amazing. And so there's no reason why you can't do this right now. This class is filling up. I'm seeing people buy things right now. We're probably gonna close it out tonight, but I just had a few people asking me about the Dan Pena at the Ritz in the chat, and I've decided to do something I shouldn't do. But what I'm gonna do is this. If you join while I'm still on this webinar, I will give you the Dan Pena Live at the Ritz 6 hours of video that only 30 people were there to see. I'll give it to you for free, all right? And go ahead and just say, Brian, I was on the webinar and I bought it when you go in, and I'll clock you right now. I'll give that away for free. So you've got the Dan Pena at the Ritz, you got all the other bonuses. Of course, you got the 60-day money-back guarantee, and this thing is closing out. It's gonna be over, and I'm gonna help you go through those 8 weeks and go turn your passion into a business just like Susan Gunnard is. I'm super excited about that. I wanna answer a few more of your questions, but before I do, there's a few common ones that I always get. And the first one is, Brian, I don't have a business idea. The truth is, about 1/3 of our students don't have an idea. And I actually quite like it better sometimes when they don't have an idea, because you don't bring all of this baggage. Some people come and they say, Brian, I have to sell organic coffee. And I'm like, no, you don't. And it's better sometimes if you say, I don't know, but I'm passionate about this, help me. So you don't need an idea. You can have an idea. You can also have a current business, and we'll show you how to take it to the next level. The next question I get is one we had earlier. I don't have enough time. I'm busy doing this. You know, the last time I checked, people like Elon Musk and Richard Branson and Wim Hof and Jocko Willink all have 24 hours in a day. It's all about managing your time effectively. And I'm gonna show you how to do this. I'm gonna show you to stop procrastinating and making excuses and pull the trigger and get things done. And that's what we do inside this course. So we can definitely help you with that problem. The next question is, Brian, I don't know if I have the money. And I always say, look, this is an investment in your future. I expect you to get 10 or 100 times back on this money. And again, if you don't make this investment, what about that $10,000 or $20,000 you won't make in the next 6 months because you haven't actually sold your MVP? And this is real talk, folks. This is money you could have, but some people are so short-term thinking that they see that $300 or that $3,000 and think they can't do it. The truth is, it's an investment. And when I look at my college degree, I spent $14,000 a year on that investment, but it probably paid me 100 times return. So always think about it. This is an investment in the business future and in your wealth for the future. And also people say, Brian, I don't think anyone would want to buy anything from me. Again, that's a really limited way of thinking. I showed you tonight, people will pay you for that MVP. I guarantee it. And I'm going to show you how to sell it in the webinar, and you're going to be another Susan Gunner success story. And finally, people say, Brian, I don't live in London. The truth is, I'd rather you not live in London. I want the ideas from the people in Japan and South Korea and Oregon and Florida and all the people around the world. They make this group stronger. The truth is about 2% of our students live in London. I don't want you here, but I do want you to come to our graduation in December if you can make it, but it's not required. So those are some of the questions. I want to go back and answer a few questions from me. Julian, I see this light blinking over here. We have one in the studio. A lot of people are buying this program. We're probably going to close this thing out tonight. If you do want to get in, now is the time to pull the trigger. Again, sometimes you got to get a little uncomfortable and go to where the fear is and just do it. And I can only tell you so much. At some point, you're going to have to just trust me and trust the process. What are people saying?
Victoria is one of the people who just bought. She's saying, can I have the Dan Pena video?
I pretty much just gave it to you, Victoria. So yes, you can have it. Go ahead and put your name in the chat, and I'll send that to you over tonight. Again, watch it tonight. You're going to be so fired up. I want you in the private Facebook group. Upload your 2-minute video. You're going to have the first module shortly, and let's go. Let's build this business. The people inside there are absolutely incredible. I know this sounds weird, but they'll probably become some of the best friends you have, because you're going to go through this experience together like a boot camp, and it's tons of fun. By the way, I saw a couple people had problems with putting their payment in, so just try it again and try to see if you can process that payment again if there's any kind of issue. I see some more people are buying right now. We're probably going to fill this course up tonight, so if you're interested, get in now, and of course, get this Dan Pena at the Ritz video, get all of these bonuses, and let's go on this ride together. It's going to be so much fun.
Gerardo, obviously on our Broadcast Yourself course right now, he has jumped in for another round.
Yes.
And a few more grads actually on the call here. Carmen is saying that she is obviously on the Business Accelerator that's coming up. Susan as well, and Chris Popoff.
I love it. You know, it doesn't surprise me that our former Accelerator graduates join our other programs. And Carmen, this is the 3rd program she's on. So she did the Life Accelerator, 6 weeks, got herself into meditation, an amazing diet, movement practice, sorted out her relationships. She loved it. Then she went into Broadcast Yourself. She's got an amazing podcast that she launched. Now she wants to turn that into a profitable business. The reason she keeps coming back is because we have a system that works, folks. We have a system that even when you want to quit, we don't let you quit. We have a system that guarantees you are successful. All you have to do is pull the trigger right now, and I will leave no man or woman left behind on this course. We make sure you graduate, and that's this accountability system. Nobody else in the world does what London Real does. And I'm telling you, years from now, you're going to be telling your friends that I took a course at London Real when they still offered them to the public, right? When they only didn't offer them by private invitation. And they'll be like, wow, I'm amazed that you got in on that course. I think we have something special here because we really care about this stuff. We're here for the long run. I got a 100-year plan, and we just want to build all of these successful businesses around the world.
Just notice Michaela's bought the premium package. Probably worth pointing out that for that they get you as their team leader cracking the whip.
Yeah, that's a good point. Michaela, welcome to my team. So what we do is we take the whole group and we break it down into individual teams of say 15 or 20 people. You get your own team leader. Now I'm on all the calls and I'm live and I talk to you anyways, but on the workshop call on Sunday, you get a special 30 to 40 minute session with me and the team. So that's the way I go in, I dig in harder, I push you harder and give you a little bit more of my experience and intellectual property. But the best part is you also get a 15-minute one-on-one video call with me in the beginning where I really hash out your model. But more importantly, I get you in the right mindset. I'm like, who are you kidding? Why have you been lying to yourself? Why are you afraid of success? Why don't you believe you deserve money? Because I know you deserve all of those things. I get your head straight, and then at the end, you get to come to London and you get an interview with me in the leather chair. I'm seriously just like Dorian Yates and Ido Portal and all these famous people, and you can use this to take your business even further because your clients and your JV partners will say, you were on London Real? What the heck is going on here? And I only offer this to my Business Accelerator Premium students and my Accelerator Premium students. Other people have contacted me and tried to buy their way onto the show. We don't do it. We only do it with graduates and people that I invite. So welcome. And obviously, if you want to upgrade to that, you can speak to Julian later about that as well.
Janine is saying, I keep trying to buy and it won't process my payment. If you do keep having any issues, just email us at hello@londonreal.tv.
Yeah, hello@londonreal.tv. There's also a chat box on that page, and you can just click in there and just talk to someone. We've got someone on the line right now, and we'll sort this out. Sometimes it's an issue with your card or your bank or something like that. But let's lock this spot in tonight because I'm closing this thing out probably tonight. There's a lot of buys coming in here. Again, we won't do this for another year. And there's always going to be a reason not to pull the trigger. It's always going to be, yeah, I'm about to have a baby. Yeah, I just started another program. My job's really busy. January would be better. But the truth is that 95% of the time, you're just giving yourself an excuse because you're probably afraid of being successful. And I know that sounds weird because you're like, Brian, of course I want to be successful. Who wouldn't want to be rich? But a lot of times we're scared of what we don't know. But I'm here to tell you that we're going to do this together. As a team, myself, Julian, all of our team leaders are going to be there. It's an amazing experience, and you're going to do things that you don't want to do in order to get the business and the life that you want. You won't recognize the human you become in 8 weeks, let alone the entrepreneur or the business that you've built, and that is a guarantee.
Zev is also back in.
Zev, yes?
Yes.
Is he in? Is
He's
he
in. He's in.
Zev, graduate from our Broadcast Yourself course, or he'll graduate on Sunday on our final call. Zev, welcome. Look, he's cracking open the healthcare industry with his podcast, and I know we're going to build him an incredible business. Healthcare is one of those industries that can scale. I think in the US, 9% of GDP, Zev would probably know this, is spent on healthcare. Maybe it's even 12%. My father's in that business. It's an amazing business. I can't wait to help you really scale the business and help more people. So welcome. Who else wants in on this?
I'm going to squeeze a couple questions in here.
Okay.
Peter is saying, when exactly does the course start?
Great question, Peter. Okay, look, it starts tonight when you pull the trigger and you get into the private Facebook group. This is a different group than the one that you probably know, the workshop group. These are people that actually want to do the things that they talk about. These are the people that actually want to make $1 million. They want to be successful. So you're going to get into that group. You're going to upload your introduction video. You're going to get the 6 hours of Dan Pena at the Ritz. He's going to come out blasting saying, what are you doing with your life? Let's do this now. Let's make $1 billion. So that way, he can be the $51 billion man. After that, we're going to give you the first module, which is going to come to you, I think, in the next day or two. And then after that, the first live call is going to be on Tuesday, October 3rd. You're going to be on this Zoom call software. You're going to see all these faces around the world. You're going to see me. We're going to be talking together. I'm going to show you around London Real Studios. You're going to meet your teams, and you're going to start doing the work. We're going to look at your competitors. We're going to find out your market. We're going to start creating your free product. I'm telling you, we're going to get busy and build this business.
Great comment here from Paige. She says, I have a 1-week-old baby in front of me and 2-year-old twins. They're my reason for starting a new business now.
Good, Paige. That's the reason. I've got a 3-week-old baby at home in front of me when I wake up. Luckily, Mariana is also there taking care of Damon. And I've got Caden, who's 1 year and 5 months, and he's running around like a madman. I'm seriously, absolutely crazy. So I've got 2 kids, and I've actually got a full-time job as well. It's called London Real. I interview people. I run a business. We make movies. We do a lot of things. I do this in my spare time. So I'm actually just like you. I'm spending those 4 hours a week teaching this course. You're spending 4 hours a week consuming it. We're all on the same page. But the truth is, you want to build a future for your family and for your young children. And really the most important thing is this. They don't want mommy to come home at the end of the day or to have people around her that just aren't passionate. And what if you could do something you love, where you're getting emails every morning when you come into work, like we get here at London Real. Thank you so much for that video with Dorian Yates. Thank you so much for that accelerator course. Thank you so much for changing my life. It just makes you feel great, and you transfer all of that passion and good energy to your children, to everybody around you. But the most important thing is you surround yourself with a peer group that are high achievers, positive energy, and they want to change the world with passion. And I'm telling you, you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And if you pull the trigger tonight, that includes me, that includes Mr. Bales, who's dressed for success tonight, and all the other people in this group that have pulled the trigger and invested in themselves and want to change their future and want to help the world. I'm telling you, there's nothing like this. What was it earlier? Verge said, Brian, I've been in the group for 2 days. I would have paid just to be with these people. And that's the truth. But this is on you at this point. I've given you the payment plan and the 60-day money-back guarantee. And so if you can't join at this point, that's got to be some hang-up that you have. You don't want to be successful. Of course, if you watch our Philip McKernan video, Your Relationship with Money, maybe you can figure that out. If you watch Dan Pena, maybe that'll help. But you gotta get on the other side. And so you got to take a deep breath, close your eyes, trust in the process, click that button, pull out that credit card, and then join me. And I'll be there with you in that Facebook group in a matter of minutes.
That light flash was Barry Marshall, just joined up. And great question here from Tom. He says, what if I have a total lack of business sense? That's kind of the idea of the course, right?
Yeah, look, Tom, it's a great question. The truth is that when I was doing London Real for 3 years, I was rejecting any kind of business the internet didn't really exist. I mean, YouTube was barely getting going in 2011. There wasn't a lot of the things you see. There wasn't really Facebook ads or anything like that. So I didn't know anything either. And the deal is I spent so much wasted time. I could tell you stories. I used to take each week a London Real episode on Monday, and I would paste the link, the YouTube link, on everybody's Facebook wall back before when people couldn't stop you from doing that. That was my internet marketing. You know, I didn't know how to do any better, and I made all the mistakes. But I also got some successes, and we went from 1 follower on Twitter to 125,000. We went from 1 view on YouTube to 50 million. We went from $1 in the academy to millions and millions of dollars. So we figured it out the hard way. I've got the blueprint. Nobody else knows this. Everybody is a social media expert these days. Everybody on Facebook is going to show you the tools and the tricks. The truth is, there's no tricks. There's a roadmap, and there's hard work. And that's what we do in this course. We get you to do the hard work that you don't want to do. I get you to publish the things you don't want to publish to get the life and the business that you want for yourself. And it's really about accountability. It's about going to where the fear is. And you ask any of my former graduates, Carmen can tell you, Zev can tell you, Chris Popoff can tell you. He was in my group, in the Broadcast Yourself group. Chris, tell him. It's hard work, right? But it's fun, and we've got a great group. And when you get out, you're so proud of yourself. And your family will be proud of you, and your husband and your wife and your colleagues and your old friends from school. They won't believe what you're doing. And I'm telling you, this podcast course, people just launched their podcasts, and people are amazed at work. Their whole peer group is just impressed, and that's what they'll do when you launch your business.
One of those light flashes was Sefton, who I'm guessing is the Sefton we met at the start down in Cornwall in the UK.
Yeah, Sefton, awesome. Thank you for pulling the trigger, and welcome to the program. You know, sometimes it takes people a little while to pull the trigger, but you must know that this opportunity is just a rare one. You know, I don't know what this course is going to look like in a year. And like I said, I might not be involved, but I'm in on this one in a big way. So come now. You can see I'm so passionate about this. I love teaching this course more than anything else. I love it more than broadcasting, than running a business, because I can see you create something from nothing, from just your idea, your trust, your passion, your excitement, and boom, we've got these businesses that help make the world a better place. So if you're even on the edge right now, just go with this. Go with the process. Spend the 8 weeks. Get all of it for free. If you're not 100% satisfied at the end, get your money back. You can tell people you had a great experience, but I'm telling you, this is the time to take action.
I know this class is filling up, but do we have time for a couple more questions?
Couple more questions, and then I'm going to call it on this class. I'm going to call it on this call. So this is the time to pull the trigger. Again, we'll give you the Dan Pena Live at the Ritz if you do this now. Again, get in on this course because we're going to shut this thing down. So a couple more questions, and I got to get home to these 2 boys. Mariana's like, what are you doing here? But the truth is that on Sunday nights, I'm doing the calls, and Mariana's at home. And I'll just tell this story really quick here, is that when I'm not teaching, and I only don't teach for a couple weeks a year. I think this Sunday, then there's another Sunday, and I have off. But I'm really grumpy when I don't teach. So Mariana has actually concluded that I'm better when I teach at home, even though it takes me 2 hours on a Sunday night to do the whole thing, because it makes me happy. So I really do love teaching these courses, and I'm involved for this one in a big way. So if you're thinking about it, jump in now, don't wait.
Important question here actually from Helg. He's saying, is there a reason why there's a different money-back guarantee on premium and standard? That shouldn't be the case, is it?
Yeah, no, it's a standard on all of them. 60-day money-back guarantee. If for some reason you're not fully satisfied, if you come to the calls and do the work and you're not completely satisfied, it's money-back guarantee. So yeah, it applies for everything. Again, the premium, it's $2,000 more. You get a 15-minute one-on-one call with me. You get access, my private Facebook, my private email, and of course you get to be on my team the whole time, my workshop call, and then at the end, you get to sit down and go head-to-head with me in the leather chair. It's a very special moment. It's a great time. We live stream these interviews. It's really, really special assets. You really want this in your back pocket to have there, and it's very special.
Mary's asking, do you work with couples building a business together?
You know, that's an interesting question. You know, I like having one point person on the business, but you know, Claire Lim, who is a graduate of our Business Accelerator, just took the Broadcast Yourself workshop. She built this incredible business around movement like Ido Portal did in Hong Kong. She just opened up Shared Space, which is an amazing business that she has there. And she wanted to take one of the courses with her boyfriend because he runs it with her as well. And I said, look, Claire, that's okay, but I want one person on the call. I want one person who I can hold accountable for all of the work. So I'm hunting one of you down on Facebook, on email. I've actually flown to a city before and knocked on someone's door and said, where's my webinar? All right, so I need one person to hold accountable, but I have no problem if there's someone else sharing the knowledge. So all I want is for you to pull the trigger and join this course. That's what's most important. I saw another buy over there. So.
Yes, Mr. Larson, I believe.
Mr. Larson, welcome to the club. Your life just changed, and thanks for pulling the trigger. And again, I know it's a little scary sometimes to just trust the process and go for it. But like, there always that moment in our life. It might have happened when you asked that person out, or you decided to leave home, or go to college, or do something where you were scared, and you had that what the hell moment. And this is the time where you got to just take all the information. Don't overthink it. I said that to someone today. It was Melissa. I was like, Melissa, don't overthink this. So many times in my life, I overanalyze everything. And I believe that research many times is procrastination in disguise. You go through and you check this and it's like, do you have a gut feel that this is the right thing to do? Do you know you're going to be a better person afterwards? Yes? Then join us. It's that simple.
We have an actor going by the name of S. He says, is starting a business ever suited to the life of an actor? How does it fit? Specifically an actor looking to make passive income through another passion of theirs so they don't have to do that survival job.
Okay, good. Funny enough, we've actually had an actor in the past, Anthony, and he was with me at Dan Pena's Castle Seminar, and then afterwards he joined the course. Actually, another guy that was with me at Dan Pena's Castle Seminar, Mr. Brian Mustard, has also joined this course. Super excited to work with him as well. But he was a full-time actor, and he's like, Brian, I need to productize some of my IP. And I know that's kind of complicated talk, but that's what we did tonight on this webinar. We took your intellectual property in your head. Now, you're an actor. You probably spent 5, 10, 15 years studying the art of acting. You probably watched Laurence Olivier in his movies. You probably watched Inside the Actor's Studio, right? You probably watched Tom Cruise become a great actor. You watch these people on the stage and on the screen, and you've realized certain habits that they use, some of your own practices, successes you've had in going for auditions, maybe in just staying positive over the years. It's hard being an actor. You could share this intellectual property in a minimum viable product. Learn everything that I learned about acting in 10 years in 10 simple steps. Save 5 years of pain and $5,000 in acting lessons by learning these simple things. There's so many products that you could do. You could help with them booking gigs. You could help with you could do a community site or a membership site of struggling actors in London or in different cities that could share ideas, share leads for acting jobs. I mean, this is just me talking to you now. When you're on this program, we can work together and really brainstorm this out. And what we do in the first 2 weeks is we actually do a design sprint on your idea. And if you were on the masterclass on Monday, we use something called the market opportunity map. We look at the competition. We look at what's making money on the internet, what's making money in real life, and we build your business around it. And again, if there's someone making money out of it, you can too. So I know for you, you might think, I don't know what I can do. I'm a struggling actor. I don't know what I can. You have so much knowledge that other people will pay for. But unless you get it into a product, no one knows. And you just walk around with all this wealth in your head and you don't give it to someone else. But once you turn it into a product, you can sell this thing while you sleep. We're going to show you how to set up an email autoresponder, traffic from your social media accounts that send them back to the website. You collect the email address and it sells in your sleep. So you make money and you get customers that then buy your core prime product for $2,000 and $3,000, which again, could be a 3-day retreat with a famous acting coach like Ivana Chubbuck, right, who was on our thing. And you take them away for 3 days with her in the English countryside, and the Yanks eat that stuff up, and they'll fly over here, and they'll pay you 3,000 pounds, and you'll take 20 away and make 60,000 pounds. You'll pay Ivana 10, and all of a sudden, boom, you have a business because you started with free product, which is your videos talking about being an actor, your minimum viable product, which charged them 20 pounds to learn these things, or $20, and then you brought them this prime offering. Now you have a business, and now you can produce movies, right? And write movies and put yourself in as a star. And that's just off the top of my head. And everyone can do this with your market niche. So many people have come on this program saying, oh, you can't do this in my market, or you can't do this in software business. Someone said that earlier. You are wrong, sir. Join this course. I'll show you how to make money. You'll make money. And if after 8 weeks you're not convinced, I'll give you your money back. And because I know it works. And it's all about being passionate and being open-minded. And again, I've had people say, Brian, you can't make money from your passion. Come to London Real Studios and look at the people on the wall. Look at every single guest that's been on London Real. What do they make money with? Their passion. But they put it in products and they sell it in an intelligent way. And that's what we teach. The roadmap, the blueprint to make it happen. All right, I'm shutting this down in like the next 5 minutes. So if you want in on this, if you want the Dan Pena Live at the Ritz, if you want to go this 8-week journey with us, the accountability, all of the bonuses, the 100% money back guarantee, now's the time to click this button. Trust the process. Again, don't overthink it. If it feels right, join us.
One of those flashes was Mary, who was asking about starting a business with her partner.
Okay.
And I'm just laughing here. Carmen says she's hammering in there in all caps. Welcome, Mary Alexander.
I love it. So Carmen's amazing. She's in Spain. She's doing a great podcast around building a business en Espanol, I think it is right now. She's got so much passion. And again, like, I don't pay Carmen to do this stuff, but she's on this live masterclass, and she's just so excited about everything we do here. So Carmen, thank you so much. You know, we deliver so much value in the Academy. Every single course we go all in on, just 100%. We give like our blood, our sweat, and our tears, and our students give it back in reverse. And you know, in our Life Accelerator program in January, at the very end of it, 3 of the people got London Real tattoos. And they did it because they believe so much in what we do that they were like, wow, this is amazing. And so we have so much passion in what we do, and we like to just see people be successful. And I'm curious, there was the woman with the 3 kids, the twins, and the little baby. Are you joining us? And if so, why not? Because I think for a mother or a stay-at-home mother at all, this is a perfect course because you have downtime. You can listen to our video modules when you have that bit of downtime. You can work on ideas. A lot of times, you'll have a lot of time to brainstorm during the day, even though I do know it's crazy because Mariana's carrying a bunch of babies. But this course is for you, and it can be a game changer. And I've had people that have done this before with so many commitments, and they make the other people look bad. And it's all about how much you want this. And it's also about going to where the fear is. That's the other thing. And I've had successful entrepreneurs that have just sold their businesses for 10 million that come on and they don't get much out of this course. And there's the single mother with 3 kids and a full-time job that crushes it. And it's all because they're willing to just go to where that fear is and pull the trigger.
Paige, I think that was.
Okay, Paige, tell me. Why are you not here?
Helg says, I've just joined the premium. So again, another person that's going to be on your team.
Awesome. Looking forward to seeing you. We'll do that one-on-one video kickoff call next week. Friday is going to be the day. So set those 15 minutes aside. And again, come to the table and pitch me on your business idea. And I want to go really big on that. And the graduation is here in London, December 9th and 10th. So book your ticket so we can get you in the leather chair.
Our actor S says, oh my goodness, how did you come up with that so quickly? Thank you, that's inspiring.
Right.
I've struggled wondering how to start a business with my acting skills, and boom, off the top of your head, Mr. Rose.
So did you join us? That's what I want to know, all right? Did you join us? If not, pull that trigger right now, because even for an actor, I know you can scrape together that first payment. But look, it's just because I've done this so many hundreds of times and I've seen it work. And again, I get surprised too sometimes with people's business models and I get another idea. So again, it's all about you and your passion. You can turn anything into a business that you're actually passionate about and you want to create value. Again, desired reality. Where can you take those customers to a new reality? If you can do that, you have a business. What does Tony Robbins do? He takes you to a reality where you're empowered. That's a business. Wim Hof takes you to a reality where you're empowered. That's a business. Jocko Willink, Ido Portal, London Real. We all take you to this place where you're super empowered and you can do great things. And that's what you need to do. That's all you need. So join us.
Let's test you with another one then. Manuel says, what if I want to create a business around education for free for people that can't afford it? Now I'm guessing you're going to say, don't market to the people that can't afford it. Market it to the teachers and build an army of teachers around the world that can deliver that, right?
This is why Julian is one of the team leaders on the course as well. So Julian will be there as well, taking his team through alongside me. But sounds like you have some great ideas here as well, right?
One or two.
Sounds like it too. So you're thinking about taking education and making it free. You know, it's actually an interesting business model. And so before just throwing off a solution off the cuff, I would go into the market and look at the analysis. And that's one of the most important things to do. So I would go online. Now, if you look at my graduation university, MIT and Harvard, they put a lot of the education free online. And they thought that people would consume it. But the truth is that people really value that in-person experience and they're willing to pay $20,000, $25,000 a year for. So before we just go down blindly down an alley, we always check the competitive analysis. And that's what makes the Business Accelerator different. For those first 2 weeks, we do the work before we go create the products and we go see, okay, what's your idea? Is anybody else making money off it? Let's test the market. Let's test your peer group. Let's meet people in real life and ask them questions. Let's poll. Let's check out the competition. Check out their social media. And if somebody is doing your idea and you have competition, that's a good thing because we can model that and make you money. So I would want to go deeper on that education space. Also, you said education. Too general for me. Kevin Kelly talks about your 1,000 true fans. And this is a concept we go into in week 3. And that is try to make 1,000 people happy in this world. Don't try to make 1 million happy because you'll water down your ideas. So try to make that person suffering from trauma from childhood trauma that lives in the UK. So it happened in the 80s in the UK, so they're 30-some years old and they don't know how to deal with it. That's about 1,000 people maybe. Make them happy, solve their problems, and if you can get 1,000 true fans, those people will buy all of your products and give you the seed capital enough to take your business to the next level. So I would go, what kind of education? And I would find out what we can offer them as an MVP that they would pay $20, $30 for, and from there we would develop your core product, and there you have a business. But we would definitely test it. But I'm confident we can do this. You can do this in any business. If you look at all the products out there and all of the models, there's something for everyone, and we can crack that code, and we do that here. Not to mention, all of your peers will have lots of ideas for you as well, and they're gonna give you feedback from day one about your pitch, about your idea, and that's why we do that 1-minute pitch mastery that I talked about. So week 1, you're gonna be pitching your idea in 1 minute to everybody you see. That means your mom in the morning, you get her on the phone, you pitch her. The person serving you coffee, you pitch them. The bus driver, you pitch him. You always pitch people and they give you feedback on your idea and you change it until you can hook someone and they say, oh, what kind of education are you talking about? Oh, what kind of music are you talking about? And that's when you know you have a great idea. So yeah, we can do it. So did the actor join? I want to know that. And did Paige join? And you, sir, did you join? Because if you didn't, I don't know why, because I want to help you build your business.
Our actor is saying, is the deadline tonight for signing up for the course?
Tonight, if you want to lock in this spot. That's if you want to be for sure. Because we're getting a lot of buys here. I keep seeing this light blink over here. And I'm going to probably cap it tonight. But of course, maybe not. But then again, you know, if you're not willing to do it now, I don't know what you're going to learn in the next 24 hours. So look, I deal with people all the time that procrastinate. So I'm just trying to make sure you pull the trigger and do things for the right reason, because tomorrow you might find an excuse and it'll be a year and then 10 years and then it'll be further down your acting career and you still won't have a business. So I'm trying to get you to pull the trigger so you can have a chance at a business and a chance at change in your life. Otherwise, it's very easy to settle back into those same patterns. And pretty soon, Paige, that brand new kid is older and the twins are now 3 years old and 4 years old and 5 years old, and you don't know what happened with the time. That's for sure. I mean, Caden's almost 1.5 years old, and I don't even know what happened in that time. So life goes by fast, and if you don't change up your game a little bit, it becomes very repetitive. So that's just what happens. What else?
Time for one last question?
Yeah, one last question, and then I'm going to have to call the Dan Pena offers off the table. All the bonuses are off the table, but yeah, go ahead, ask me.
We have Johan here on the website chat. I've just noticed he's asking, can you just quickly recap on how the payment plan works?
Yeah, no problem. So with the payment plan, look, if you pay in full, you get a video call with me, you get the Dan Pena, the research I'm giving you, you get a few extra bonuses if you go ahead and pay in full. And again, you also save $500. But for the payment plan, we take that $2,997 and we do 12 payments of $297. So you can stretch it out over 12 months. You can go ahead and I think that's very affordable. Anything less, I would actually question your commitment. I need someone that's willing to put some skin in the game and pay me $300. So that's what it's all about. If you pay up front, you get the bonuses. You also save money by doing that. So it's the time to really go in, and it's a great price point for really anybody to go in there and pull the trigger. So that's what that is there for you. Any more questions?
I think we're done at the moment.
Okay, look, well, I just want to say a couple things in closing. First of all, thank you so much for coming on this masterclass tonight. As you can tell, I love doing this stuff. I love talking about ideas. And all I can say is this, is if you're still here listening to me, and I know there's a couple hundred people still there doing this now, I want you to just ask yourself, what would your life look like tomorrow morning when you wake up if you had that business of your dreams? Now just stay with me for 1 second. You woke up and you could hit snooze on the alarm because you didn't have to go to work, because you owned your own business and you were making $1, $2, $3 million in revenue every year. But not only that, you're actually doing something you're passionate about. You love what you do every day, and you're changing people's lives for the better. And people stop you in the streets. I get stopped in the streets and they say, Brian, thank you so much. That interview was no joke. Some guy stopped me on the street today and he wouldn't let me go. I was like, I got to go to the gym because I got to train. I'm doing a masterclass tonight. He's like, that interview with Dorian Yates changed my life, and now it's got me thinking about meditation and my own life, and I'm not happy in my job, and I go in every day and I don't like it, and I'm actually looking into your business accelerator, and I was like, dude, I'm here to help you. How would you like a life like that? And how would it change who you were and who you are? Would it make your relationships better? Would it make you smile more? Would it make you finally maybe start training more and get on a good diet and just become a better person? Because that's what happened to me in the last 6 years. When I was a banker, I was horrible, I was nasty, I was miserable, I didn't have any friends because no one wanted to be around me because I wasn't happy. I was doing something I hated. And it took this whole crazy process of London Real and broadcasting and learning all these things to get to a place where I will never do something in my life again that I'm not passionate about. I will never do something for money alone ever again because I've seen the light. And I know anybody can do this. And I wish the whole world was doing something they were passionate about. I really do, because I think we'd live in a much better place and people would be much happier. And you have the opportunity to do this right now. You found me tonight through something or some episode and you watched an ad on Facebook and I was an army guy or something and you got here. So this is a special moment and an opportunity for you right now to just take this chance, because by tomorrow it's gone. And then it'll be a year or 2 years and it'll never happen again. And this is a crossroads in your life. And there's the before and the after Brian Rose of the Business Accelerator. And I'm asking you to go ahead and do it for yourself and for your family and your friends and your children. Pull the trigger, create some value and make the world a better place. And I'm willing to go all in with you and your business, my whole team here. For the next 8 weeks, we are going to be pushing to build your business together, because that's what we do around here. We're very good at it. We've got a 6 success rate. We've got hundreds and hundreds of successful graduates and businesses. We've got all the testimonials and the videos to prove it. You can go on YouTube and you can watch literally hundreds of success stories, of interviews. They're all on the page if you click through. You can watch like 14 different videos. You can read all the testimonials, but at some point, you have to just make a decision. Stop doing the research. Don't overthink this. Do you trust me? Does it feel good? Join us. You have a money-back guarantee. You have a payment plan. Do it for you. Do it for your life. And I can't wait to see you on the inside. So hopefully you'll do that. But if you're still thinking about it, I've got one last video I want to share. And it's a little bit about my story going from a banker to a broadcaster and some of the lessons I learned and how they can apply for you. So if you've got any more questions, watch this video. And again, there's a chat box when you click on the page to learn more about the program and buy. If you have any questions, go in there. Any problems with processing or credit card, go in there. But lock your spot in tonight. And while this video is still playing, you can still buy and get the Dan Pena live at the Ritz. But again, pull the trigger. Join me, and I can't wait to see you on the inside. And here is this short video.
If you want to get paid to do what you love, then I have something very special for you. Because I'm taking a small group of ambitious London Reelers like you under my wing to help you turn your passion into a profitable business. So you can be financially free, travel the world, and never have to work for anyone ever again. This offer won't be available long, so if you want to build a business that gives you the freedom to live life on your own terms, listen closely. Over the next 2 months, you'll have the chance to learn the step-by-step system I used to turn my passion for learning into a 7-figure media company. But that's not even the exciting part, because we've all bought a book or a course thinking this is going to change my life forever. Then what happens? We don't implement anything. So we stay stuck and feel stupid because we failed to make any progress. Well, I guarantee with 96% certainty that will not happen to you. I say 96 because that is the percentage of my graduates who will launch a business by the time this 8-week program ends. Yes, that includes hundreds of people who had no experience or business idea before they joined. You see, along with giving you a proven roadmap that's worked in dozens of markets, I'll work with you to help you overcome whatever obstacles come up and even drag you across the finish line so you can finally have that business you love. Before I go into more detail on this mentorship and accountability program, it's important for you to understand the profound impact that launching a business can have on your life. Let me show you how I went from a job where I felt like I was dying inside to creating a life where I'm deeply passionate about what I do every single day. Hi, my name is Brian Rose. I'm the founder and host of London Real. In 2011, I recorded my very first interview in a tiny studio with just a webcam and a couple of mics. Fast forward to today, I broadcast conversations with billionaire CEOs and best-selling authors to Grammy winners and members of parliament that have reached over 50 million people. And in the process, I have built a 7-figure media company. Now I want to help you build a business that has you excited to wake up in the morning. One that leaves you feeling proud and fulfilled because you're helping others in a meaningful way. This program teaches you how to share your passion with the world and achieve financial freedom. And this stuff works. Over 500 of our graduates have built successful businesses so far. Here, are some of their stories.
It was the most amazing thing I've done for my business. Completely transformed the way I've done things. It's brought a new purpose into my life.
You know, that course has really shown me that you can achieve stuff in a much shorter time frame than you initially think you can.
You've got so much potential, so just, if you have an idea of doing it, you've got one life, go ahead and do it. You've got to get that person out the way that might be holding you back and steam forward. If you've got any fear, you just have to steamroller through it. And I found that on the course. I just thought of doing something and then up would come that sense of, oh, can I do this? Can I not do it? And I was like a guy on a steamroller, just straight over, crush it. And that's what I would say to anybody who's thinking of doing your course.
There's so much information on the internet. You can figure out, you can educate yourself for free on the internet. What you can't do is connect with a community, and you can't be successful alone.
You've got to invest in yourself in this world. I've done a lot of courses. I think yours does differ because there's the accountability, you're learning from people that have done it, and from the now. You're not learning from a guy that set up a company 20 years ago when things were very, very different. You're learning it from someone that's done it with his team in the now.
These people have transformed their lives. And you know what these successful graduates have shown me? That by putting yourself in the right environment, you can achieve way more than you ever thought possible. And it's not about some magical $1 million idea, or special influencers you need to know, or getting a Harvard Business School degree. It's about surrounding yourself with experts who can show you what to do and who refuse to let you fail. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. All you have to do is mix a bulletproof business idea with support and accountability. With that, ordinary people can achieve extraordinary results. Here's an example. This is Max Keeling. Max went from no idea to revenue in 6 weeks. But before he did this, he was living like you and me, grinding away at an unfulfilling 9-to-5 job. One day he had enough, took action, and decided to build his own dream through our Business Accelerator. Max threw himself into every aspect of our course, completed our 10 vlogs in 10-day challenge, and after consulting our market opportunity map, he founded The Investing Coach. A few weeks later, I recommended that he create and deliver his very first webinar. He did and made his first sales months sooner than he ever anticipated. I will never forget the excitement he had on that live call with the entire group. Today, Max is self-employed, running a highly profitable online business. He sells premium digital products and live coaching packages for thousands of pounds each that are sold out up to 6 months in advance. But more importantly, he lives his passion every day, determines his own hours, and travels the world and lives life on his own terms. I love Max's story because it reminds me of when I was building London Real. Max said, once you get over the fear and push through, that's where all the magic happens. I'm a big believer in this idea. If you watch my TED Talk, you'll see that's the core message I was trying to spread. Go to where the fear is.
I noticed a few of you are still here and had a few more questions, so I just wanted to pause that video. We'll get back to it in just a second. But Julian just pulled me and said, Brian, there's a few questions. We just got to answer them. And you know, even though I got to get home to the boys, I was like, you know what, let's do this. So what are some of the things that people are asking?
One here from Andrew. He is saying, what's the main difference between the premium and the inner circle package?
Great question, Andrew. So the premium, of course, is you're part of my team. So again, you get that 15-minute one-on-one call with me in the beginning. You're in my team, which means on the workshop call on Sunday, we do a half an hour as a whole group together, and then we split off into teams for the next half hour, and you get a team leader. If you're in premium, you're in my team. So I just give you a little bit more insight, answer your questions directly, and of course the big payout is that you get to come to London Real Studios at the end for graduation weekend, and you get an interview with me, just like a real interview on London Real. That's the premium. The inner circle is an elite group of entrepreneurs that I work with around the world. Some are Business Accelerator graduates that want to take their businesses to the 7- and 8-figure level. This is where I really share the behind the scenes stuff that you don't see, about how to launch all of our business products, about how to do everything that we do, the real inside tricks when it comes to YouTube and social media and Instagram, all of our pay per spending on Facebook. And for 6 months, you're in my Inner Circle group, which is an amazing, sick network of people that are really taking their businesses to the next level. And that's what makes the difference between the premium and the Inner Circle. And I only accept really just 2 or 3 people per class into that Inner Circle, but it all really kicks off right after the class. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Also, if you want to upgrade to that and you're already in one of the other programs, just go into the chat there when you click on the link that tells you all about the course and just say, hey, how can I upgrade to Premium or Inner Circle?
Petter is asking, when is the last call of the program? I've just checked the calendar. That will be Sunday, the 26th of November. And then after that, obviously, we'll have the graduation weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So it's October 3rd to Sunday, November 26th. Really short, actually, less than 2 months. And then boom, the week after that, it's graduation. The graduation is amazing. You know, a lot of people fly around from the world. Once you get to London, it's all on us. We do an amazing group event, like a Super Focus that night. The next day, we've got interviews at London Real Studios. We've got a dinner, a beautiful private dinner that's on us, drinks, amazing food, speeches. It's a lot of fun. And the next day, we have a premium walking tour of London, sometimes the best part. So there's a lot going on. You get to really network with your peers. You get to really take your businesses to the next level. And it's funny, one of our graduates, John McMahon, who's actually now making movies around the US, he came to graduation and became partners with another guy from the course, and now they're making these films together. So it's amazing what you can do when you really network with these peer groups. So that's really what's going on there.
That latest flash was Injamar, who says in the chat here, we are in. Sorry if I'm butchering any names. I will get to know you a lot better over the next 2 months. And got some great practical questions here for you, Brian.
Okay, good.
Robert is asking, does anyone know how to protect your ebook online against piracy? But actually, Herb's just jumped in here and said, you can't. Someone will always find a way to distribute it for free, and that's kind of the point. You want that ebook to go viral. Oh, we've got a sales call coming in there
sales
as well.
call coming in. Somebody wants to upgrade to Inner Circle, it looks like. But yeah, look, that's a great question. You know, it's like, how do you protect that intellectual property? And you know, a lot of people come to me and they say, Brian, I'd love to start this course, but I have to trademark my business ideas. I have to go ahead and create my LLC. I have to go ahead and get all the lawyers signed and copyright my logo and blah, blah, blah. The truth is, you need to sell something first. You need to sell an MVP for $20, $30, do that 10 times. Now you have something that's worth protecting. And then you can go down that road if you want. But so many people waste time even asking little questions like this. The truth is if someone's actually stealing your stuff, that's a good sign. That means you have a business. And I know HBO actually tracks the number of people that pirate into their accounts to watch Game of Thrones. And they use it as a barometer for success. And it's the same in our movies. When actually someone tries to rip the Ido Portal movie off our website and tries to get it out there and pirate it, I know we've got something good. And the real truth is you can only go so far as protecting your intellectual property. But what I've just shared with you tonight is if people are going crazy for that free product or that MVP, that means you know they're going to start shelling out hundreds or thousands of dollars for the real good stuff that you hold inside. So I wouldn't even sweat that. Matter of fact, let them pirate your stuff. It'll get your name out there, it'll get people talking about you, and then you can bring them in for the products that they pay for. And those are the ones with your touch points and things like that. And even then, I wouldn't sweat about that. Again, that's a high quality problem to have. It's like, I got all this revenue, I don't know who to hire. So don't worry about that. And again, don't use that as something to procrastinate on. So many people use that as an excuse not to start. I'm here to tell you the time to start is right now, tonight. If you do it, you'll be in this group with these peer groups, you're gonna be doing your MVP, you're gonna be putting your product out there, and in 6 weeks, by whatever, November 12th, you'll have money coming in into your bank account. And I'm telling you, it's better than sex. There's nothing like seeing your ideas in your brain make you money. This isn't about selling products, you're not shipping coffee, you're not building things out of plastic and having them molded in China. You're actually just selling your ideas and your enthusiasm, and that's crazy.
It's like every time that first chapter of the new Harry Potter book gets leaked, it's never a leak, is it? It's marketing.
Yeah, no, well said, exactly. A great pirated leak, it is great marketing. And again, that's the free product that gets out there. Even when the UFC, some of their UFC fights get leaked, that means more people are gonna go to Vegas and pay $2 grand for those tickets. So look, again, it's a sign of a great business. And again, if someone's stealing your stuff, you're doing something right.
Connor, exactly. Just leaked that video, didn't he, with Paulie before the big fight. Just boosted all the viewing figures.
Yeah, exactly. So be careful when what you see is pirated or something like that, because usually it's not. And again, a lot of times people are willing to pay for a quality copy of it, or pay for one that's endorsed, or pay for one that's signed by you, or pay for one that gets you your email address as well. And you see that all the time. And that's why with Netflix, nobody really pirates movies with torrents anymore. Because at Netflix, it's $5. It's not worth the hassle anymore. And that's what shows a great business model. And of course, Netflix has a great back-end product, right? So they do all sorts of stuff with original content. They got all sorts of deals going on, more than just that $5 a month.
KO just says, hello, I pulled the trigger. I'm a little scared. What I really do believe in my ideas, but I don't know that I'm the master and that I would preach it is so genuine to offer. But actually, Carmen is still in there welcoming everyone. And as she says, do not worry. This experience will make you a better version of yourself. You will walk your talk.
I love Carmen's in there. She's not one of our instructors. She's a student. I love Carmen. She's absolutely amazing. She has such great energy, and she's just typical of someone who's in the academy and who just hangs out with London Real. Like Carmen will be our friend for the rest of her life. I just know it because she's got such great energy and she just really gets what we're all about. So Carmen, thank you so much. The truth is, if you weren't a little scared to pull the trigger and get out the credit card and put it in, I'm a little worried about you. You should be right on the edge. Like, I don't know if this is right, because that means this is the thing for you. That means it's pulling you and it's calling you, and you know that this is probably going to be one of the most transformational moments of your life. That's why it's scary. And if you think about those great scary things that you did in your life, most likely they pushed you forward to the next level. Think about those scary moments where you got through it, where you went out on that date, or you went for that job interview that you thought was going to be horrible, or you left home to go do that, or you went to a new city, or you did that proposal, or you got up in front of the boardroom, or you pitched to that client. Those were all scary, scary things, but you got through it and you went to the next level. That's what this is now. This is a test, and you will either fail or you will succeed. And I am waiting for you on the inside if you choose correctly, and then we'll all get started here. And Carmen's there as well, so she'll welcome you in Espanol if you want, or in Inglés. What else do people say?
Good question here from John. He's saying, should we identify possible customers beforehand, people who could afford the $3,000 product in the first place, then tailor the free product to them? So he's talking about, obviously, the ecosystem.
Look, the question is the truth is that across any market and across any ecosystem, there's always going to be people that really want more of what you got. That's really the truth. There's people out there that will want it more than other people. And there's also certain people that will resonate with you more than other people, all right? Some people just love London Real. They get what we're doing. They're like, wow, these guys are really going out on a limb. They're doing something really special. Those are the people that really want to buy in wholeheartedly. And when you go out there and put free product out there to the whole world on social media platforms, on YouTube, you'll get it consumed by all these people. And some of those will want much more of you. They'll want that entire experience. They'll want that 8-week course where you drag them through kicking and screaming on live video calls to build the business. Some people will just want the ebook. Those people probably don't really want to build a business. They just want to buy another book and procrastinate. But some people want to spend a little, some people want to spend a lot. But I don't think that you need to engineer that in from the start. I think you need to create great free product, to create a great MVP, and find all the people out there that want to buy your products. And the truth is, with social media, on YouTube, I've got 260,000 subscribers. I can't tell you whether one wants to buy or the other one wants to buy. And I've had people that make $50,000 a year, and I've had people on my courses. I mean, we had a billionaire at the Dan Pena Live at the Ritz. True story. A billionaire showed up, right? So, but sometimes the billionaire doesn't want to buy your course, and someone that has $50,000 really thinks that you're the person. So it's not always about their income level. It's about how much they want you if they're feeling your passion. So I would put your message out to the whole world, and then the right people will come to you.
We have a question here from Alex on the live chat. He's saying, how many live calls are there each week, and what times are they at?
2 live calls per week, Tuesday and Sunday night, 7 o'clock London time. They go from 7 to 8. We're very prompt. They're also recorded. So if for some reason you can't make it, it's uploaded to the Facebook group immediately, and you can watch it there live. I do encourage you to be on those calls. We do our best teaching when I can talk to you, I can call you out, you can ask me questions, I can push you, you can hear. Honestly, a lot of the students a lot of times do the teaching for me. Carmen will get on and say, Brian, I had a big win this week. I put this vlog out and someone responded to it, and now I have a business partnership with the government of Spain. And I never thought that would happen. And then you hear Carmen say that and you say, wait a second, I could do that with the state of Oregon. Why didn't I do that? So a lot of times the students will inspire you. That's why I want you on those live calls. But if not, you can watch them later. And if you have to take a week or two off, you can get all of this course material. You have access for life. So you have those 2 live calls. That's 2 hours per week. Those for 8 weeks. You also have 3 video pieces of video, 3 video modules each week. So you've got 3 different concepts I walk through. You can watch it at your leisure, and you have 3 of those every single week. So it's about, I don't know, 24 pieces of video there. And that is the basis. You've got the accountability doc where we watch everybody and make sure everyone's doing the work. You got the private Facebook group where you upload everything. You pour your hearts out, you get motivated there. And of course you have the team leaders and all the feedback we give you on email. And that's really how the course is structured. We have workbooks as well inside our e-learning platform. So it's all there.
Question earlier from Christopher. He was asking, what's the best way to push your self-confidence?
To push your self-confidence, honestly, I've been doing this for 6 years at London Real. I've sat down with some of the greatest people in the world. And some of these people, you know, that you would see, like Eddie Izzard, who does 30 days straight in London as a stand-up comedian and sells out every single show. He wasn't always confident. And even people like Elliot Hulse, Wim Hof, these guys weren't always confident. They got confident by doing things and by getting success and getting wins. That's how you build self-confidence, and that's what we do in this program. That's it. It's that simple. I get you to create a product. I get you to put content out there. I get you to create a website, create your social media, to sell a product, and it builds confidence and self-esteem. That's what it's all about, folks. It's about taking action and nothing else.
Back to the website on the live chat. Dave is asking, you know, this is great, but what if I don't live in London?
Yeah, great question, and I might have spoken on that earlier. The truth is that most people on this course don't live in London. I think about 2% of our graduates actually come from London. It's better if you're not here, because I think you get more from the course if you have ideas that aren't based in this city, because you bring something different into the table and I show you something that's different for you. This is a course that's done all over the internet, but we do it in a way that feels like you're physically there. And that's why we do live calls. We use the Zoom software. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but you can see pictures of it if you click on the link to learn more about this course. And you can see we're all there in squares, and you can see everybody. You can talk to everybody. It's an amazing software. You can do it from your phone. You don't even need to download anything. It's amazing. And that's how we do it. We also upload all of our videos into Facebook, and you bare your soul and talk about your struggles. And it's an amazing way to learn. And of course, if you do want to meet everybody, you can come to our optional graduation ceremony in London at the end. And that's an amazing event and a great way to network. But of course, that's optional. You can graduate without it.
Karen asking, what if I fall behind on the course?
Great question. If you happen to fall behind, it's no problem because everything is recorded. You've got the video modules for life. So if you have to, take 2 months off. We had someone in one of our courses that his mother got ill and he had to go see her in the hospital, and he just halfway through the course, he stopped. And 2 months later, he came back and did all the video modules. He went into the Facebook and watched all of the live calls. He went into the accountability doc and did all the work, did all the workbooks, and caught up to his class, and then got on to our monthly accountability calls that we have for 12 months after. Because this program really goes on for 14 months because there's all this accountability afterwards, and we engineer all of that in.
Someone here is...
A couple last questions. Now, I got to ask these people one last thing. If you are still here on this call, and it's been 2.5 hours, why haven't you pulled the trigger? That's what I want to know. And I'm here, and I can just speak with you frankly right now, and I can answer your questions. But if you're here, and you could probably say some of the names, just tell me what's the one thing holding you back. Because I've got the payment plan, I've got the money back guarantee. You've seen all of these people buy. There's all of these people in this course, successful graduates. What's the one thing that's holding you back? And could you just take a deep breath and trust the process and go? But just tell me, what is it? And if there's any people here, let them know. They can ask.
Well, on the website, it's only I've only got T as the name here, but he's asking, what is the graduation weekend about, and does it cost extra?
No, it's not extra. It's completely on us. You just have to get here, and it's December 9th and 10th in London. It's an amazing time. We do a big live event with everyone. It's a lot of network, and we talk a little bit more about business topics. Then Saturday, all day, people meet up in groups and go to different places in London, talk about business, talk about life. We've got interviews here at London Real Studios. We have a gala dinner event that night, drinks and a whole dinner and speeches that night. It's a lot of fun. And the next day, it's a walking tour of London. And again, people a lot of times stay in Airbnbs together, and they break down different ideas and form partnerships. So it's an amazing, amazing weekend, and definitely try to make it if you join. How's that?
Good? That's good.
If you have any other questions, there's a chat box when you click on the link and go in there. You can ask them, or you can send me an email at hello@londonreal.tv. But if you're even thinking about this, if you're even on the edge, just pull the trigger, make that first payment, and join us. I guarantee you will not regret it. And in the meantime, I want to play the rest of this video. It talks a little bit more about my TED Talk and some more things and a few more of my students and what they have to say about the program. And I hope I see you tonight on the inside. You can claim the Dan Pena Live at the Ritz. You can be inside the Facebook group and start changing your life now. And I hope to see you later inside the group.
The message I was trying to spread. Go to where the fear is. My talk was watched by hundreds of thousands of people because the concept of fear and how it inhibits us resonates with everyone. It's something universal. We know it, we understand it, and we feel it. But most of the time, we still don't take action. For example, have you ever wanted to quit your job but were too afraid? Maybe you imagine looking at your boss dead in the eye and saying, "I quit." Then picture yourself walking out the door with a big smile on your face, knowing you'll never be back. We've all had a fantasy like this, but we're too afraid to take action. And I understand why. It's scary to leave your only source of income. That's why it's so important to build a business you love on the side now. Something you control. This will give you an escape route and keep you from being a slave to your paycheck, like I was for 20 years. You've spent tens of thousands of hours helping someone else build their dream business over the course of your life. Why not invest some of that into your dream? Okay, time for some brutal honesty. It's tempting to blame your boss, society, or your upbringing for where you are today. But the truth is that you are where you are because of the choices you made. But all of that can change in an instant, whenever you decide to follow your passion. The truth is that the person cutting your paycheck made the same choice years ago, and so can you. So which person do you want to be? The person who wakes up tired on Monday, works a boring 9-to-5 job, lives for the weekend, and repeats the cycle. The person who knows they're destined for more, but does nothing about it. Or the person who jumps out of bed on Monday, does inspiring work, lives their passion, looks forward to life, and builds financial freedom in the process. So what's it going to be? Are you going to make a change, or will I bump into you 1 year from now and find you leading a life of quiet desperation? What about 5 years from now? 10 years? What about 20? I know because I used to be that guy, slowly grinding myself into misery year after year, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And you know what that is? Insanity. How about we change your future right now? You and me together as a team. Are you with me? But don't go into your boss's office right now and quit your job. I know that's what I did, but there's a tendency to romanticize these scenarios. We believe these stories end with, "They all lived happily ever after." But it actually took me years to get where I am today. I didn't have a plan. I knew nothing about YouTube, online business, or monetization. I built London Real by slowly grinding my way through, making every mistake possible. I got distracted by the latest web tools and apps. I asked favors from London Real fans to set up technology, which took months longer than it should have. I even spammed our London Real episodes on people's Facebook walls. It was exhausting. Now, after years of blood, sweat, and tears, after interviewing the greatest minds in the world, after making every mistake possible, I'm proud to say that I have built my dream lifestyle. I'm able to wake up every day doing what I love, providing value, and changing lives for the better, while being financially independent and answering to nobody. Getting to that place wasn't easy. I had to go through years of suffering and headaches. But I've got good news. You don't have to go through the same journey as me, because I have compiled my knowledge, expertise, and secrets in one place. After a half-decade of trying every possible strategy in the book, it has become very clear to me that you can't just go cold turkey and venture out into the world hoping for the best. You need an idea, a plan, and and a series of steps in order to get what you want. In essence, a roadmap. But that's only the beginning, because knowledge isn't everything. If it was, then we would all be billionaires with six-pack abs. Along with a roadmap, it's also important to have a guide, someone who's been there before and will work with you personally through the biggest challenges you face. On top of that, it's important to have like-minded people to support you, people who understand what you're going through and who want you to succeed, who will be there to give you feedback, motivate you, and pick you up when things get tough. When you combine a proven roadmap with a skilled guide and an army of supporters, that will make you unstoppable. And that's what I'm offering you today. If you've ever dreamed about living your passion while achieving financial freedom in the process, I can show you how. I'm proud to officially open the London Real Business Accelerator. When you join our course, you embark on a unique journey. You will not just learn about business, you will be taking on a meaningful challenge that will change your life forever. And you won't be doing it alone. You'll join a group of smart, hungry, like-minded entrepreneurs from around the world who will be building their businesses alongside you. Many of our students have said the network alone is worth the price of this course. But more importantly, I will be personally mentoring you every step of the way. You will have complete access to me during the entire course. And honestly, I don't know if this will be the case next time around. London Real is growing at such a fast pace that I don't expect to be so personally involved in the future. So now is the time to let me help you build your dream. Let me go deeper into what the Business Accelerator actually is. For 8 weeks, we will be releasing a video module every week, combined with 2 live video calls. On Tuesday, we have a live keynote call where I go into detail on the specific module. And on Sunday, we have a live workshop call where both myself and your team leaders give you feedback on your progress. And we leave no man or woman behind. Our course has the highest success rate of any online business course out there because we put massive emphasis on accountability, which is what I call the secret ingredient to success. You can learn the best techniques, strategies, mindsets, tools, and tactics in the world, but if nobody is there to keep you accountable, you won't get the amazing results you envision for yourself. Okay, so what's in the modules? Well, let me walk you through each one of them. Week 1, bulletproof your business idea. To kick things off, we start with your business idea. If you don't have an idea, you will find one here. If you already have an idea, we will make sure you have the right one. If you already have a business, we will expand its scope. Next, I'll show you how to make a compelling 1-minute business pitch that you can use for your customers and your investors. And lastly, I'm introducing 3 proven psychological mindsets that I personally use to help you thrive through the entire course. Week 2, find your micro niche. In this module, you're going to identify something crucial, your micro niche. This is a small subsection of the market that you will own. Next, you'll find out your competitors' strategies, strengths, and weaknesses, and what you can learn to model and what you can avoid. Next, I'm going to show you how to determine exactly what your customer wants. You will use these insights not to just be better, but be different than your market competitors. Week 3, build your high-performance website. Here you will create your website in less than a week. That's right, less than 7 days. But there's more. I will show you how to attract and capture potential customers, then have lifetime access to market to them for free. Even better, I'm going to show you how to do it in a way where people will want to hear your marketing message. Week 4, make your content. This is where most students have their biggest breakthroughs. In this module, you'll complete the legendary 10 vlogs in 10 days challenge. This is where you start sharing your ideas, making an impact, and find out exactly what people are dying to hear you talk about. You will also learn how to make compelling video content the London Real way. I will show you how to produce a 3-part series as a free product to hook your new customers. Then, You will warm them up to become your long-term customers by delivering them exceptional value. Week 5, kickstart your social media. Nowadays, there's a social media expert on every corner. But how many can show you proven results? Who do you know that went from 1 Twitter follower to over 125,000? We did, and not in some spammy way, but in a deliberate fashion while building authority in the market. In this module, I'm revealing all the strategies I gleaned since 2011. I will break down all of the big social media channels and show you which ones to use and which ones to avoid. Week 6, create your product. Here I guide you down the London Real product success path. First, we will find out what value you can offer to your customers. Then, I will show you how to properly package it. And lastly, we will create your minimum viable product, which is a fancy name for the best kind of product with the least amount of effort that people will actually pay for. Week 7, sell your product. This is where the rubber meets the road, folks. Now you will present and sell your product by hosting your very own online webinar. I'm going to show you the exact triggers that we have used to close hundreds of our customers on our webinars. And here's the best part. If you did all of the work in the previous modules, your prospects will already want to buy from you even before you start the sales conversation. Here is where the money will start to roll in and the feeling is exhilarating. Week 8, launch your business. This is it. You've built all the necessary pieces of an online business and now it's time to launch. You will identify strategic relationships in your network and influencers inside your industry. Then I will give you word-for-word templates on how to reach out to them in order to 10x your business. Lastly, you will create a blueprint for your next 12 months with a long-term vision. Congratulations, you have your own business. In addition to this, you'll also get my bonus module, Accelerate Your Year. Here, I will go deep into the end-to-end ecosystem, how to optimize your online funnel, and show you A/B testing strategies to maximize your business success. Here's a summary of everything you get on the Business Accelerator. 8 video modules containing the latest cutting-edge techniques, tools, and insights on how to go from no idea to an online business. 16 hours of live video calls. You will interact with me face-to-face on a live call twice per week. Here, I will give you private instruction, answer questions, and follow up on your progress. Our private email address, dedicated to answering any question about the course within 24 hours, and lifetime access to all the video modules. If you fall behind during the course, you can pick up anytime you want. But most importantly, I am offering you accountability. You will not just sit around and watch videos. I'm going to make sure you actually do everything we teach by including weekly check-ins and 24/7 help. Me and my team of London Real business coaches will support you throughout the entire accelerator. If you get stuck, we are here to help you. Our trademark accountability document. Your progress will be followed in real time on our accountability system together with all of the other accelerator students. Access to the private Business Accelerator Facebook group where you can connect instantly with a group of like-minded students, many of whom will become friends for the rest of your life. Lastly, I'm offering you a free ticket to our live weekend graduation event in London. Here, you will meet your classmates, go deeper on course material, and crystallize your plans for your business. This includes free admission to our super focus group, interviews at London Real Studios, a group dinner on Saturday night, and a walking tour of London with the class and the team on Sunday. But just so you know, this event is optional. You don't have to attend in order to complete the Business Accelerator. And that covers the entire course. But to top things off, I'm also including a no man or woman left behind 60-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason you don't feel like I have given you the value I promised, I'm offering you a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee, no questions asked. I'm that confident in this course. All you need to do is complete all of the coursework on time and attend all of the live calls. If you do this and are not 100% satisfied, I will give you a full refund. But once you join, you will see that I leave no man or woman behind. I will make sure that you get over the finish line, kicking and screaming if necessary. That's the beauty of our accountability system. It's the reason why this course has the highest success rate of any of its kind. It's the secret sauce that gives us incredible stories like this one. Let me introduce you to Claire Lim.
My name's Claire. I am 22 years old and I'm from Hong Kong. I'm here on the Business Accelerator program because I've decided to open the first movement studio in Hong Kong.
Meet Claire, a 22-year-old movement and dance teacher from Hong Kong who wanted to turn her passion into a business and live life on her own terms. She decided to invest in her future and join the London Real Business Accelerator, a live and interactive 8-week mentorship and accountability program designed to make her business dream a reality. Together with over 60 entrepreneurs in 14 time zones around the world, Claire undertook a radical life transformation, learning how to publish videos of herself, build her social media platforms, create digital products, and actually sell them on her own webinar. With 2 live interactive calls per week, she was coached and mentored by me, Brian Rose, the founder and host of London Real. Following our blueprint of 8 world-class video content modules, a private Facebook group, and our trademark accountability documents, all while under the supervision of experienced team leaders from around the world.
I have begun a 10-day vlog challenge presented to me by Brian Rose. I've had spurts of extreme motivation and passion, and it's like going on hyperdrive. And it's some sort of superpower.
But it was the global community of her fellow classmates and entrepreneurs who also built businesses that was the hidden value of the whole experience.
I think it's bizarre how everybody's in different parts of the world. Everybody's there for each other.
It took hard work, but Claire was soon recording huge wins while she also built the foundation of her business. By the end of the course, she was celebrating major success as she reached out to partners and recorded her own webinar.
And it really worked. I had about 1,700 views, and I don't even have 1,000 Facebook friends. And it worked because I felt like I was talking to people, and connecting and helping and providing value. And also I made so many friends with people on the course, and it's been a real honor.
We are together.
Yeah. We're both from Hong Kong.
Yes, both from Hong Kong.
Hi. But all together, it just becomes like a real family. I'd really like to spread the message that other people can be doing this, especially other young people, stepping up to be entrepreneurs. If you do love what you do and you can immerse, then look out for the next course, seriously.
Today, Claire has turned her dream into a reality and built a profitable business by opening Hong Kong's first movement, dance, and meditation studio. Now she has both a sustainable lifestyle and lives her passion every day, doing something she truly loves while inspiring, motivating, and leading people in the movement revolution. So by now, you're probably wondering, what's the price for the Business Accelerator? Well, if you were to get an MBA from a business school, you'd have to pay about $100,000. Then figure out how to apply everything on your own once you graduate. The good news is the Business Accelerator doesn't cost anything near that. We could charge $15,000 for the course, and paying that much for a business that can earn you many times that every year would still be an amazing deal, especially since it also lets you live your dream lifestyle. But we also wanted to make this affordable to everyone, so we cut the price as low as we could for something with this much personalized attention. So we have 3 levels of investment. The standard package, for which we also have a 12-month payment plan, the premium package, and of course, the inner circle. The standard package gives you 8 video modules, 16 hours of live calls with me and my London Real business coaches, access to our private Business Accelerator Facebook group, our private email address with a 24-hour response time, lifetime access to all the modules and workbooks, a London Real coach based on your business model, and 1 ticket to our graduation weekend. With the premium package, you receive everything from the standard package, plus a one-on-one video kickoff call with me to assess your business ideas and plans for the future, my private email and Facebook chat for the course during the entire 8-week period, and the big one, you get to smell the leather with your own one-on-one interview here at London Real Studios, sitting in the chair opposite me. This is a huge business asset that you can have to land customers and give you access to partners and really jack up your social proof. And lastly, for the people who want to go all in, I'm offering the Inner Circle package, where I will personally mentor you for 6 months after the course is complete. Not only that, you'll get access to my Inner Circle group of exclusive, driven entrepreneurs who are hungry to make a change and take their businesses to the next level. Here we go big. So if you want to build that 7-figure business, this is the package for you. So now is your chance to click the Buy Now button and join our Business Accelerator. To put things in perspective, where are you going to find an offer like this anywhere else? If you join a typical digital course, that's what it's going to be. Digital, no people. The problem with a digital course is that everything is down to you. You're on your own, which massively increases your chances of failure. Why leave this up to chance? Instead, join our accelerator, where you have your own business coach who keeps you accountable and a group of like-minded entrepreneurs who will embark on the same journey as you. Of course, you could decide to do it alone. But if you've seen my 3-part video series, then you'll know how hard it was to build London Real from the ground up, all by myself. It took me 3 full years to even make a dime. It's romantic to think you can do everything on your own. But honestly, if you study how the best in the world succeed, they all had mentors. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mozart, Albert Einstein, and Alexander the Great. These were people who learned from the best. I too have been privileged to learn from many of the best in the world by inviting them into my studio. I stand on the shoulders of giants. And if it wasn't for them, I might still be broadcasting from a tiny little studio with just 2 microphones and spamming my episodes on all my friends' Facebook walls. But I transcended. I opened myself up to people who had already achieved what I wanted. I learned from them and built London Real into a global media and transformation company because of it. During this course, I will be your mentor, steering you every step of the way. So click that button and buy. Join my program. You will not regret it. And one more thing. When you look at the times we live in today, it has never been easier to build a business in the history of mankind. Your product idea can be tested for less than $100. Your website can be set up instantly. Your customers can be rapidly found through social media. And with the Business Accelerator, you can get there in record speed without having to make all the amateur mistakes that I made. The truth is that the biggest thing holding us back is our own minds. The moment we want to do something bold, we have 100 small little voices in our heads telling us to do the exact opposite. We see someone create a successful business and we immediately find reasons why we cannot do it. Oh yeah, that person probably has money, good looks, great connections, it's luck. I grew up as a science geek, became a banker, and then created London Real. It has nothing to do with luck, good genes, or talent. It has to do with the willingness to just go for it. The same goes for any big London Real guest that comes into this studio. I have learned that they have the same basic fears as you and me, but they are directed by a different story. Instead of waiting for the right time to do something like start a business, they make it the right time. They make the decision to plow ahead at full speed. Fears and self-doubt be damned. And these people are not special. We've all met people who are driven no matter what their age, IQ, or background may be. Your inner game is the key to your success. Over the years, I've seen so many people with the potential, the energy, and the know-how to make it happen. but they were paralyzed by the story they were telling themselves. Let me go over some of the most common ones I hear. I don't have a business idea. Well, guess what? You don't need one to start this course. During our first modules, we will dig deeper into who you really are, what idea will fit you, and what market to pursue. We've included multiple exercises, worksheets, and resources to help you find the right business idea, including the market opportunity map and your golden triangle. Instead of having to venture out there on the internet and read dozens of articles with contradictory techniques on how to find an idea, we have actually done the hard work for you by designing easy, practical tools that will get you started and accelerate your progress. Will this actually work? I spend thousands of dollars on digital courses every month in order to get myself and the London Real team to the next level. There are some amazing products out there, but there is one thing they all lack: accountability. You see, most of the digital courses out there are exactly that: digital. You sit at home alone and watch video modules. Sound like fun? Not to me. I believe in teaching the old-fashioned way. So when you sign up to one of my courses, you get to see the whites of my eyes on 2 one-hour calls every single week. You get to participate in these live Zoom calls with the members of your class, many of whom will become your friends for life. I track your progress and push you to be the best, and I'm not a big fan of excuses. So if you want to watch some videos, go to YouTube. But if you want to actually change your life, sign up to our Business Accelerator. Well, when I founded London Real 6 years ago, I started with 1 YouTube subscriber. I didn't know what I was doing, my family and friends didn't care, and I was honestly nervous about what my former colleagues in banking would think of me. Since then, London Real has had over 50 million views, held interviews with some of the most amazing people on the planet, and now has a product ecosystem with multiple successful courses. I'm truly able to say that I've created a business I'm passionate about. Through that experience, I believe anybody can get what they want if they commit. Starting a business isn't easy, and the first step is always the hardest. But once you completely decide to go all in, everything else becomes easier, and I will be here to guide you every step of the way. I don't have any time. Do you have enough time to be successful? Most people who complain of not having enough time in their lives suffer from bad routines and an ungrounded mindset. The Business Accelerator gets rid of all of that. So many people spend hours at the computer, starting on one task, half completing it before jumping to another, never knowing the roadmap to building a successful business. I will give you a clear methodology, allowing you to focus your valuable time on exactly what matters. You will see results with as little as 5 hours per week. Although just like anything else, it's simple. The more time you invest, the more results you will see. Successful people have the same 24 hours in a day as everyone else. They just use that time differently. And if you want to learn how, then join us now, because I'm not sure when I will do this again or how involved I will be the next time. But I have a little surprise bonus for you. If you join me today, you will get access to the London Real Library. You will get the exact workbooks, word-for-word scripts, and templates for every single module, including how to reach out to influencers, contact blogs, write your first blog posts, and more. Not only that, inside you will also get case studies from previous successful graduates and how-to tutorials for every step of the way. So click the buy button and join me on this course. I have big plans for this class, and I would love for you to be a part of it. Don't settle for anything less than an incredible life. You have so much to offer the world, even if you don't see it yet. So if you're ready to escape the 9-to-5 and build a business that pays you to do what you love, then hit that button and join me. I'll see you on the inside.